Hello, everybody. So, I see people are still joining in right now, but yeah, as you can see, I'm already in costume for this. So, yeah, hi, Lan. Um, before we start, I might as well just talk a bit about the history of Alone in the Dark. Yeah, how have you been, Lan? But yeah, Alone in the Dark. So, just to have some context on the timeline here, Resident Evil came out in 1996. Alone in the Dark came out in 1992. I'm good, and I hope you've all been good too. Yeah, I've been doing good. Yeah, thanks. I try. I mean, I wanted to stick to the 1920s style here, considering that's the time period of this game. But yeah, Resident Evil came out in 1996, Alone in the Dark came out in 1992. Now, if you ask the producers of Capcom, they would say that Resident Evil was inspired by Sweet Home, because that's an old game that was published by Capcom. The developers, however, are much more open about Resident Evil in fact being inspired by Alone in the Dark, and I believe them over the producers. The reason for that is, well, first of all, Sweet Home is not a third-person fixed camera game. It's a 2D RPG like Final Fantasy. Like, you are trapped in an environment and all that, but you are just moving up, down, left, right. It's a 2D game. And the only comparison that game would have with Resident Evil is just the fact that, well, you're stuck in an environment and all that. Yeah, we've been good. But yeah, by comparison, the Alone in the Dark features the choice of playing a male and female character, fixed camera angles, tank controls, a mansion with a west and east wing, and limited inventory management. Now granted, the limited inventory management is a bit different, which I will point out, but the point is clear that if it weren't for Alone in the Dark, Resident Evil would not have been the juggernaut of a franchise that it is now. And also, might as well just give some context on the graphics of Alone in the Dark. It came out when Mario World came out. It came out when Final Fantasy V came out. Both were still 2D games at the time, and this game pioneered 3D gameplay way before Mario 64 came out. Like, again, just some more context, Pokemon Red and Blue has not come out yet at the time of this game's release. So, yeah, I just want to point out that you can make fun of the graphics of this game, because it does look a bit ridiculous, but oh, hey, thanks for the follow, Brimstadial. Yeah, thanks for the follow. But yeah, so that's just some context on the graphics, because the graphics have not aged well at all. But again, just pointing out, this came out before Pokemon came out, before Mario 64 came out. So just want to put that context out there. And before we actually start with the game, I want to actually show one of the little extras of the game. Yeah, because here's the thing. When it first came out, it came with a ancient history. Yes, indeed, Brim style. Yeah, so the game came with a box with floppy disks. Yes, it came out with floppy disks. And in the box, there were a bunch of other little extras. One of them was a little book that has a bunch of the items that you find in the game. That was actually needed for security, because when the game starts up, you will have to answer which item was on this page, which item was on this page. It was against piracy and all that. The other extra is, in fact, a newspaper. Like, they wrote a fictional newspaper called The Mystery Examiner, which kind of puts you in the world of the game before you actually play the game. So I figured, why not just actually go through this newspaper first before we start with the game. So yeah, I'm just gonna switch to the newspaper. Let's see, transition. Yeah, Okay, so special issue, the Mystery Examiner, 5 cents. Wow, 1920s, man. August 25th, 1992, 1924. Tragedy in Louisiana. The Louisiana police returned with a verdict of suicide. When Tragedy Strikes, by William J. Herbert, editor of the Mystery Examiner. It is with heavy heart that we announce the death of Jeremy Hartwood. He's going to be important in this game. Our readers will never forget his outstanding talents, first revealed in the columns of this newspaper. The son of a respected Arkham family, yes, Arkham, this is related to the H.P. Lovecraft stuff. In fact, it kinda is in the canon of H.P. Lovecraft, kinda. Jeremy's interest in the arts was encouraged by numerous fine teachers. He himself spoke often of Pickman, who introduced Jeremy to the wonders of painting. Hartwood's very first sketch for this newspaper is still famous. Our extensive investigations into the Isthmus affair fired the imaginations of our youngest staff members. The boldness of his draftsmanship, coupled with the uncompromising vigor of his palette, shed a chilling light on the sinister tragedy that befell that unhappy New England town. So, the fact that Jeremy Hartwood is, in fact, a painter is not as important in this game. It will be more important in the reboot of 2024. But that's for another day. Our paths separated, and yet each time the balmy Louisiana breeze carried him home, he never omitted to drop by to sniff the final proof, as he invariably put it. He knew the welcome would always be friendly and heartfelt. We won't forget Jeremy Hartwood, an artist whose talent filled so many of us with wonder. To have been a friend to such a man is a source of pride. His memory will forever be in my heart. So yeah, we have a bit of a image here. Like this should be the attic where Jeremy Hartwood hanged himself. So that's gonna be like the inciting incident for the story. Page 2. The Pain of Solitude by Harold Magruder, our special correspondent. Pale shafts of dawn sunlight draw the rope's shadow grotesquely on the wooden floor. The somber wings of death flapped raven-like in this lonely loft, and a man ended his troubled days. Jeremy Hartwood is no more. A tipped-over stool, a makeshift knot. For local police chief Drake, the death was clearly a suicide. Everything points to it. There's no evidence of a struggle. This is an open and shut case. I'm sure Jeremy won't be dramatic on that. No, Jeremy will not be dramatic at all. Granted, okay, so the only thing we see of Jeremy in this game will be his diaries. We won't actually see Jeremy himself. That's something that the reboot in the 2024 game will show more of, because that kind of changes history a little bit. So, yeah. Okay, this is an open-shut case. And yet, for the amateur detective, a species not unknown among our esteemed readership, several questions are unanswered and foul play remains a possibility. Allow me to shed the light of reason on these shadows of doubt. While Mr. Hartwood appears not to have left a suicide note, not at all unusual in case of suicide, contrary to popular belief, those closest to the deceased described him as being sickened of life, disillusioned with an existence that seemed void of meaning. According to his trusted butler, he was a broken man since the death of his poor father. He tried to overcome his grief by intensive study, but was haunted by visions of horror. Readers may care to read Frank Thorndike's fascinating article on the subject of those visions. Living in the secluded confines of his immense house, Derceto, Jeremy Hartwood's life gradually turned to a nightmare. I myself managed to lose my way in Derceto's shadowy corridors, and for several minutes experienced some of the fear that Hartwood lived with day after day. It is surprising that a man whose nerves had already been sorely tested, and who spent all his time in so oppressive an atmosphere, should have turned to what surely seemed the only way out of an intolerable life. And there was light. Of course, they have some ads in here as well. And there was light. The Lux oil lamp is truly miraculous, completely shock resistant thanks to its handsome copper oil tank. The Lux Wonder Lamp can be cleaned in a jiffy. Its extra long wick and unbreakable glass guarantees many hours of trouble-free light. You'll be proud to show it off in your home. It's completely smell-free and built to last more than a lifetime. Why, your grandchildren will still be using your amazing Lux Wonder lamp. Yes, I'm sure your grandchildren will still use this freaking lamp. Order one now. Tell your friends about the Lux Wonder lamp. Please send me a Lux Wonder lamp at the amazing price of $4.25. I have no idea about exchange rates and or inflation, whatever, how much that would cost nowadays. But don't forget to include a completely free supply of smell-free lamp oil. Value $125, which will ensure hours of agreeable light. Lux catalog on request. Satisfied, or we take it back. So yeah, there's a whole I want Lux lamp, etc. Alright. Paint and Canvas. KW Limericks Chronicle. Although one is tempted to say, indeed one is tempted to say, because Jeremy Hartwood's talent was first discovered and nurtured by those whom Shelley termed the aristocracy of taste, it is to be feared that his force and inimitable technique are fated to wait in the antechamber of culture's Hall of Fame for some years to come. The mastery that marks even his earliest work is not, alas, sufficient to overcome the handicap inherent in his chosen, some readers might find the term ill-chosen in view of the evidently obsessive nature of Hartwood's oeuvre, area of interest. The artist's attraction to the domain of supernatural, while not without precedent, renders him unpalatable to many. His taste for the macabre exerts demands that only the strongest stomachs can meet. His exhibition at the Boston Russell Hall last fall provoked distinct murmurings among even his most ardent admirers. Allow me to remind you of the titles of some of the paintings: Howling at the Moon, The Final Sabbath, The Abyss of the Unspeakable. These seem like very lovely titles. Oh, gotta love the ads, yep. A conversation with Hartwood informed me some insights into the artist's perceptions. If the human mind were to learn of certain concepts common to a number of forgotten religions, it would certainly seek refuge in madness. There are things we should never know. How can one look upon his work without experiencing a certain malaise? This feeling of unease was only compounded by Hartwood's next utterance. His subject matter comes from my subject matter comes from my dreams, and yet I am convinced that such beings have always existed and will always exist. You may remember that the exhibition, scheduled to run for 3 weeks, was cancelled after a mere 48 hours. My esteemed colleague, Magruder, assures me that their Seto, Hartwood's home, contains paintings that are even more disquieting. So here's a slight difference. Hold on, I was getting a call thing. Okay, so a little thing in the Alone in the Dark 2024 version, they changed it so that Derceto is actually more like a home for mentally ill people rather than Jeremy's own home. But there's also some weird reality altering stuff going on in 2024 game, so that still it's not clear if it's a change in the writing or so much a change in the story. For the record, if the game takes place in 1920, 425 is now 6865. Wow. I don't know, maybe a little bit expensive for my taste, but whatever. Okay. Oh yeah, so as I said, this game very much is a reference to H.P. Lovecraft in a lot of ways. Well, here's literally Howard Phillips Lovecraft, a biography of a master of fantasy literature. Born on June 12, 1889 in Providence, Rhode Island, Howard Phillips Lovecraft was a gifted and highly imaginative child. He was fascinated by mysteries of the night sky and stories such as 1001 Nights. He wrote his first story, The Little Glass Bottle, when he was 6, 4 years after the death of his father. Lovecraft attended school episodically, being of delicate health. Working on his own, he was a keen student of chemistry and astronomy. He began writing poetry and publishing scientific magazines. The death of his paternal grandfather plunged the family into serious financial problems, a situation from which Lovecraft was to suffer all his life. Living almost as a recluse from 1909 to 1913, he wrote poems, articles, and short stories for a number of small circulation magazines. He continued to read voraciously during this period. It was in 1919 that he wrote one of his best-known stories, Beyond the Walls of Sleep, which proved to be a milestone in the evolution of his own work and opened new horizons in the world of fantasy literature. From then on, HBL wrote a continuous stream of poetry, essays, and stories while keeping up a lively correspondence with many fellow writers and friends. During his lifetime, Lovecraft's fame in the United States never went beyond a restricted circle of admirers. No collection of his stories was published. This lack of success did not deter him, and he traveled to a number of states in search of a legendary America. Lovecraft married Sonia Green in 1924. Living in New York, he suffered a number of disappointments. Poor, unsuited to regular employment, and disgusted by life in New York, HBL realized that his marriage was a fiasco. The gentleman from Providence was a deeply unhappy man. Feeling lost in a century he despised, Lovecraft returned to Providence and devoted himself to reading, correspondence, and his beloved cats. The circle of admirers has never stopped growing. Among the more famous are Jorge Luis Borges, J. Bergier, and Stephen King. His complete works are regularly republished, thanks to the efforts of his friend Auguste Derleth. A number of films have been inspired by his work: Herbert West, Reanimator, Dunwich Horror. Fantasy literature has been profoundly influenced by Lovecraft's vision, and he is often quoted alongside Poe as a precursor who explored fresh paths and invented a new style. So here's a selection of Lovecraft's novels and short stories. Case of Charles Dexter Ward, Beyond blah, blah, blah. I think the one that people tend to know about is The Haunter of the Dark, The Shadow over Innsmouth, Call of Cthulhu, and Dunwich Horror. And I guess at the Mountains of Madness. At least that's the most well-known of his books. But yeah, all these books are indeed his books. So, in a way that might be related to H.P. Lovecraft in some shape or form, Mental Disorders, by our science editor Frank Thorndike. The tragic case of Jeremy Hartwood. Yeah, by the way, Jeremy Hartwood himself is also kind of like based on H.P. Lovecraft in many ways. So yeah, it's almost like they are writing their own version of H.P. Lovecraft. The tragic case of Jeremy Hartwood. Each day sees further developments in the wonderful new science of psychoanalysis. The mind's mysteries will soon be laid bare before the blinding light of progress. In my position as science chronicler of this newspaper, I thought it would prove educationally uplifting to prevail upon Professor Zemth, head of the neurology department at Boston's Frobisher's Psychiatric Hospital, for a few thoughts on the tragic case of Jeremy Hartwood. Professor Zeth writes, "It is clear that an individual's taking of his own life is in many cases a source of particular distress for family members and friends, not to mention a subject of conversation for others. It is as though the deceased, by committing such an act, has given expression to a hitherto unsuspected madness, and yet the phenomenon is far from uncommon, and is by no means restricted to individuals who might reasonably be termed insane. Suicide is more often than not the culmination of many distressing factors, compounded by what is subjectively perceived as an insurmountable obstacle to viable life, in the case in point, the father's death. Apparently, well-balanced individuals are by no means immune from temptation. It requires only a suitable series of circumstances. As they say with the Joker and all that, all it takes is one bad day." Close family members and friends are often quite unaware of the sufferer's growing sense of despair, or as scientific jargon would have it, neurotic obsession. The Hartwood case presents no surprise. A highly strung artist clearly given to hysteria, who willingly exacerbated a natural morbid tendency. As to the particular circumstances that finally forced Mr. Hartwood into taking the final and fateful step, one may never learn the answers. Frigate to Starboard, the last voyage of the Vulture, episode 1. We would like to pay tribute to the Hartwood family by publishing in serial form the novel by Jeremy Hartwood's father, Howard, known to amateurs of adventure stories as Captain Travis. It was the time of year when balmy island breezes give way to the lively fuego, a south wind that fills out sails and sends ships flying through the foaming swell. Hauling close to, the Vulture sailed under her fearsome commander, Scarface Jordan. "Frigate to starboard!" cried Cutthroat Quick from the crow's nest. We'll have him," chuckled Jordan. He rubbed his calloused hands, already counting the pieces of 8, and imagining the rum he would soon be swigging. He trained his spyglass on the prey. Jordan's hungry grin froze, then became a dreadful mask of terror. "Dear God Almighty!" he gasped. "It's Amolhavas. Oh, it's Similavas, lads. Wow, that's break out whatever the mast'll take. That's Prext over there, and I smell death in the air. If he overhauls us, then we're shark meat. For none can fight the demon. The first cannonball struck the vulture's hull. To be continued." The name Prext might end up being a bit more important later, but here's a little illustration of a ship. Let's have some happy things here as well. A happy event. All our staff would like to express our congratulations at the birth of baby Benjamin, born on August 20th. I'm pretty sure this is like an inside joke for an actual kid that was born or something during development. At 7 pounds, is LBS pounds? At 7 LBS, he is already quite a handful. He and his overjoyed parents are doing fine. Granada. "I didn't kill him." All talking thriller. The studio murder mystery. More baffling than the Canary murder case. Alright, so here's a little poster of a movie. Directed by... okay, directed by Frederick Granal. Frederick Granal is the director and developer of this game, so... Oh, it's almost his birthday. Is it? Oh, hey, August 20th. Yeah, I guess his birthday has already been, I guess, then. So, yeah. Yeah, this... Okay, that's funny. I only just now noticed this is actually the credits of the game. Because, yeah, the game does not have a end credits sequence. They didn't have that yet at this point. LBS is pounds, yes. Oh, thank you. Yeah, but yeah, they're directed by Frederick Granal, first assistant Frank De Girolani, production designer Yal Barrows. Oh, fun fact. Okay, so the production designer, Yal Barrows, she ends up getting married to the director, Frederick Granal. So in fact, when the game was about to be released, Frederick Granal actually had to juggle being at the hospital for Yal Barrows and to actually finish up the game itself. So there was a bit of stress actually, but yeah. But yeah, some fun fact there. Yal Barrows is in fact the wife of Frederick Granal, or at least at the time. I haven't checked if they are still married or not. But yeah. Stop, thief! You're right, it has to stop. And you can do something about it. Use Big Iron Steel Company's Bull Gun Special for a free 15-day trial period. Okay, so you get it for 15 days and then they take it back from you? That's okay. This brand new model has already won many gold medals. Subtle. Milan Convention 1990. Yeah, Big Iron. You can find love anywhere, even in Alone Dark, yes. This brand new model has already won many gold medals. Milan Convention 1919, Baltimore Ballistic Congress. The Bull Gun Special is a double-loading 38 Magnum, the only gun that can penetrate 7 bricks at 10 paces. Ooh. Numerous satisfied customers have written to express their satisfaction. Mr. M of Ohio writes, "Without my bull gun, I'd be a dead man today. We at Big Iron Steel have a watchword to live by. Fight crime. For every Bull Gun Special you purchase, $9.95, we'll send you absolutely free of charge a magnificent color catalog. Order your gun now. And why not a handsome calfskin holster, only $135, and a handy cleaning kit, $135. Oh, the holster is just as expensive as the cleaning kit. That's interesting. You'll need some bullets too, $135 per box of 25. Pay in 15 days only if fully satisfied. Hoodlums run for their lives when they see a bull gun. Right to Big Iron Steel, 455 Republic Road, Pittsburgh." So might not be a surprise at this point, but yeah, we're gonna get this gun in this game, of course. Bandages, showplace of the world. Jack De Silvia, a gorgeously gowned mile-a-minute review. Mac and Stanton, a mop of laughs and come by. I can't really read that one. Pamu? The phonograph girl Dolly Kay, America's greatest blues singer. Oh no, literally this. Yeah, literally this gun specifically. Okay, Monty Blue and Mary free West. Wow, it's really compressed to the point I can't really read it much. But yeah, Mary Ann Wells. It's a dance club. It's a club with dancers and all that. But yeah, so this just imagine you would get this entire newspaper in phonograph. Phonograph. Is that what it says? Phonograph. Oh, the phonograph girl. I guess like you're my telephone gal, but then I guess phonograph, like the thing before that, maybe. But yeah, just imagine you would get this newspaper in the box of the game with the floppy disks, and in the Good Old Games release of this game, they have this little PDF as a little extra, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, now that we've had all that, I'm just gonna prepare the actual game, and we can actually start with the game itself. Alright, so let's see. Yeah, I guess I should just start the game because the intro that plays if you stay on the title screen is just the same as if you were to actually start the game itself. But alright, so we have the choice between Emily Hartwood and Edward Carnby. I'm just gonna go through their profiles first before we actually choose one of them. Oh, so a bullet cost 5 cents in this article, which nowadays would be 81 cents, which might not seem like much, but when you want to fire a lot of yeah, exactly, sheesh. Oh, okay. But yeah, so we have Emily Hartwood and we have Edward Carnby. I'm just gonna play their little dialogues about themselves first, and then we choose which one to play. In terms of gameplay differences, there's not a lot of gameplay differences in this game, but I'm still just gonna have to choose between them. So here's Emily Hartwood.
The attorney's letter came as a deep shock to me. My Uncle Jeremy had died by his own hand. The coroner's report was unequivocal. He hanged himself in the loft.
I can't help but laugh at the way she says that. He hanged himself in the loft. Like, if he hanged himself in the living room, that's fine, but the loft? Come on!
Initial surprise and distress past, I considered the news. It seemed clear that Derceto had exercised a thoroughly morbid influence on my uncle's mind.
Oh, yeah.
That creaking old mansion with its unusual tales, its secret library door, the ancient upstairs clock, all those occult books that my uncle could not resist reading in spite of his fragile nerves.
So she is giving a little bit of a hint to the game itself, actually. So yeah, the upstairs clock and the secret library door, you're gonna have to find them actually in the game, and she's kind of giving the hints beforehand. A loft is too tacky, apparently. Yes, indeed, exactly.
Fate had pointed its finger. Derceto had trapped its prey. Mr. McCarthy, the family lawyer, suggested selling the old house. I immediately opposed the idea.
This is the last we'll hear of McCaffrey in this game, but McCaffrey actually gets a bigger role in the 2024 game, so that's pretty fun.
My duty is clear. I must go to Derceto. I tremble at the thought of those dark corridors, those brooding portraits. Yet I am convinced that Uncle Jeremy left a note, a letter of some kind explaining his fateful decision.
By the way, there's voiceover here right now. In case the game isn't playing the audio, please tell me, because I am just letting the game read it. So yeah. Well, it makes a lot of sense when you say that. Honestly, this was in relation to. What was this in relation to? Makes a lot of sense when you say that. Audio's okay, good. Oh yeah, yeah. Honestly, good for Jeremy. The loft is way more dramatic than the living room. Exactly. Okay. Um,
I remember his voice saying, "Look at the piano, Emily. Look harder. Maybe the secret drawer will yield up an explanation. I have the feeling things will not be so simple. Life is a mystery containing more mysteries. Jeremy taught me that much."
Message didn't come through somehow. Oh well, at least it's here now. So okay. Oh yeah. So yeah, she says maybe the secret drawer will yield up an explanation. Again, she's giving a hint beforehand. That's kind of the difference between Emily Hartwood compared to Edward Carnby. Edward Carnby has no actual relation to Jeremy Hartwood. He has his own reason to go to the mansion. Whereas Emily actually knows Jeremy, and so she knows some of Jeremy's secrets, which means she knows about a secret drawer in the piano. So, yeah.
Now is the time to confront the mysteries. Derceto is waiting for me. I pray that my fear is nothing more than the fruit of my imagination. Nothing will ever persuade me that my uncle was insane. But why did he, according to the police report, block the loft window with the old wardrobe?
I wonder. So yeah, that's also a little hint to, in fact, block the loft window with the old wardrobe. But we'll see how that goes later. First, let's see what Edward Carnby has to say about himself. And Edward Carnby is going to end up becoming the main character for the rest of the franchise, but it's still a choice between Edward Carnby and Emily Hartwood.
On my door, a dull brass plate says Private Detective. The few friends I have call me Carnby. The others call me the Reptile. I don't care to think what my banker calls me. These days, I leave my letters unopened. Bills and threats to send in the receivers just ruin my day.
I don't know. For some reason, I just love the way he says that. It's almost like he's a stand-up comedian. The few friends I have call me Carnby. The others call me the Reptile. I don't care what they think my banker calls me, but
When an antique dealer called Gloria Allen contacted me, I slipped into my best shirt, holstered my .38, and got to her shop as fast as I could. I was expecting something sordid. Blackmail, probably.
Why did he call you the Reptile? That's the thing. None of the games have anyone ever calling him the Reptile. So I think it's just him making it up for his profile right now, because nobody ever called him the Reptile. He sheds his skin. He eats bugs. Who knows?
Boy, was I wrong. What I was asked to do was visit a property called Derceto and find a piano in the loft.
Rarely blinks.
It was an old piano with secret drawers. The kind people who buy stuff in antique stores go crazy over. The Derceto house is supposed to be piled high with classy junk. Furniture, books, paintings. It looked like whoever owned Derceto was about to get cleaned out. I was going to bring up the subject of money when Gloria Allen handed me $150 and a key. I kept myself from grinning at the thought of my banker's surprise. He doesn't like his victims getting away.
In the 2024 version of the game, the $150 thing ends up being kind of a running joke, which I think is kind of funny how it all started with this little profile thing here.
I looked over a copy of the police report. The former owner of Derceto, a guy called J. Hartwood, had hanged himself in the loft. The coroner concluded it was a clear-cut case of suicide. I promised Gloria Allen I'd give the place a look over.
I love the drawl in his voice. Yeah, so you heal by drinking alcohol in this game. So, so a lot of, I don't know, I kinda headcanon that Edward Carnby is just a little bit of an alcoholic, which actually that's also the case for Emily Hartwood now. $150 is apparently $2,422 nowadays. Wow, sheesh. That's, I mean, that's quite a nice deal, honestly. Oh yeah. So yo yes. I mean, here he also said Jeremy Hartwood had hanged himself in the loft. He also said it with a bit of a sneer there, like, what is everybody's opinion? What? Why is everybody having an attitude on him hanging himself in the loft specifically?
My report will be ready in a couple of days. I've been reading up on the history of the old house. It's the kind of place ghosts run away from in terror. Grisly murders, curses, lunacy. Luckily, devil worship makes me smile, so this is my idea of a paid vacation.
Edward hates taking the stairs to the loft. He'd also like the living. He'd also like the living room. Easier access, exactly. Well, if you're drunk, climbing stairs really sucks. Yep. Okay, so I figured, how about we do a little vote. Edward or Emily? So yeah, I think I should be able to make a poll actually, but I don't know how to do that yet. But yeah, how about you guys choose? In terms of gameplay differences, there's not much, honestly. Like, Emily is a little bit faster in terms of running. Edward has a bit more range in his kicking. So, but that's the only real difference. Spill the tea, Emily. Okay, so I guess that's a vote for Emily. Okay, that's 2 for Emily's voice is hilarious, plus fun and horror. All right, I guess it's gonna be Emily then. All right. So, let's see. Okay, well, next time I'll try to do an actual poll, but we'll just go with Emily for now. So again, just a reminder, the graphics you see here, these are in-game graphics, and oh, look at this frog. Ooh, spooky. Oh, can't even do a poll as a mod. We'll look into that. Yeah, okay. But yeah, just as a reminder, these graphics were made in the time when Super Mario World came out. Final Fantasy was at 5 at this point, and yeah, and this is in-game graphics. Froggy. Oh yeah, this view of someone looking through a window at the main character, that's something that's going to be a little bit of a tradition in this game. I remember playing games in this style. Nostalgia, yep. So as we, as this cutscene plays, we kind of get a little bit of an overview of the house itself, or the mansion. So yeah, there's a middle path that goes up the stairs, and from these stairs there's another. We're still in the middle. You can kind of adjust your view of the mansion by separating it between the west wing and the east wing. That is unless you have the attic here. Well, even the attic is also kind of separated between west wing and east wing. It's a way to kind of orient yourself on where are you right now. Alright, I'm just gonna immediately save now. Oh yeah, you can make name of your save files yourself. In the loft. Okay, so, okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to purposefully not follow the suggestions given by Emily Hartwood's profile right now. I'm just going to use the time to show how the gameplay works. I will say that while I don't mind the graphics for the most part, her face does kind of scare me. Yep. So I guess that's the horror for you. Okay, so you rotate with left and right. Holding up makes you move upwards, move forward. The arrow down makes you walk backwards. Double tapping makes you run. In Resident Evil, they have a run button instead. And in order to pull an action, you choose the action here, and here you choose whether it's whether you're in fight mode, whether you're in open search mode, in closed mode, or push mode. In fact, this game is actually more based on games like Monkey Island or point-and-click games than it is of a horror game, because it's kind of the first of its kind. So yeah, so how does fighting look like? So I do fight by pressing up while holding space. You do a kick, you do a punch with left and a punch with right. And because we've been wasting time... Oh no! Oh no, this is horrifying! Oh! Oh! What am I gonna do? Friend. Bad aerobics. Can kick. Yes, can kick. Oh. Oh. Yeah, I might die because of this, because this is not the best way to fight this monster, which it's meant to be a zombie chicken, but I think it looks more like a mole, if anything. Slap attack. Yes. Okay, so you would think, oh, well, I guess I'm safe now, right? Judo chop. Yeah, I guess the judo chop. Okay, well, I guess I'll just walk around in a bit. But yeah. Oh, there we go. Oh, you thought you were done, huh? Oh no. By the way, this zombie outright has the clothing of Michael Jackson of Thriller. So. Okay, ironically, I seem to be doing pretty well with fighting right now. You're not really supposed to be able to properly fight them, but there you go. The entrance! Yes, indeed. Okay, well, turns out I actually was able to fight them, but yeah, here's what you're supposed to do. So, Alone Dark is canon to Thriller. That is not a crossover I ever expected, yep. Okay, so, I just showed you what happens if you waste time and all that. Okay, here's what you were supposed to be doing based on the suggestions that Emily Hartwood gave in her profile. Okay, so, first of all, she wondered, why did Jeremy push the wardrobe over the window? Well, so yeah, that's one dealt with. And that's another thing dealt with. So we'll just wait and see what happens. Oh yeah, there we go. So yeah, it tries to get through, Oh, but a wardrobe stopped it. And let's see if this zombie tries to get up here. Yes, queen. There we go. Yeah. And now it got stopped by that. So, this is a difference that I think Resident Evil was not able to replicate. And that's the fact that Resident Evil, if you are going to fight an opponent, usually you do it with just a gun, because that's the weapon that you have. This game actually allows you to skip fights or skip encounters, or at least you're actually encouraged to skip encounters by being smart, by just pulling off the puzzle. So you don't need to spend bullets if you know how to deal with things in a smarter way. So yeah, now we have the time to just explore everything. I think God of War has a similar thing that happens. It's a cool idea, yeah. Okay, so now we're going to open and search. And so we can open up this thing. Oh, wait. Why didn't I get anything? Oh, there we go, rival. So yeah, now we have at least a gun in order to shoot with. But that's for later. Okay. Let's see. What else do we have? Well, we have a wardrobe. Let's see what's in the wardrobe. Oh, sheesh. Can be a little bit specific sometimes. There we go. Old Indian cover. This is part of a puzzle for later. Okay. But Emily's profile also talked about a secret drawer in the piano. So, let's look. Hey, a letter. Okay, let's see what this letter has to say for itself. Just want to say, I love the acting in this game. Just listen.
They are coming! I have freed hellish forces, and now the price must be paid. Derceto is the prey of evil. The sun has set. They will find my body, but will not have my soul. I can imagine the master's fury and the terror in the hearts of his slaves. I hear their footsteps. Some may understand what I have done. May God forgive me. Farewell, Jeremy Hartwood.
Yeah, so. Pretty cool how our intro text is so important. Jesus drama, yes indeed. Like, so yeah. So yeah. All of these books, they will have these kinds of voiceovers, and I just love it. I love this opera theatrical acting. It's just amazing, really. That was beautiful, yes. Truly Oscar worthy. Alright, so what do we have in this book case here? You find a book. Well, yeah. Of course, it happens to be the only book that apparently Emily found interesting. Let's see what a book has to say for itself.
Fragment of the Myth of the Golden Fleece. Translation, Edouard de Villeban. Hesperides Publications.
Okay, surprisingly, this name, the name of the translator, Edouard de Villeban, it wasn't important in any of the next Alone Dark games until there was some kind of hint to who Edouard de Villeban actually is in the 2024 game. And it's not something that they emphasize so much as it's just something that they say, and suddenly a lot of things connect together. So maybe when we get to the 2024 game, I'll point that out, but just pointing out that they already have the name Edouard de Villeban right here, and it becomes important later. I can imagine this is how Jeremy talks at all times, even for mundane things. Yes. Oh, do you have a cup of coffee? Oh.
Then Perseus came across Ichios, who had been turned into stone. He spoke to his companions and said, "Beware of the Medusa. He who looks into their eyes is doomed to the same fate as that which befell poor Ichios. and will never more set eyes on Seraphos. Must we go blindfolded? Asked Emelopes. Take up your bronze shields and polish them until they flash in the sun, answered Perseus. Fill your hearts with courage. May Artemis guide us as though we were an arrow from her quiver. But Emelopes was not satisfied. Why do that, Perseus? Is 3 inches of sharpened metal not enough to destroy these accursed creatures? Then Perseus drew his sword, which shone and glittered in the sun, and with it he dazzled Emelopes.
Dazzled.
Now what can you see? The companions of Zeus' sons laughed. Let us set to work, so that our shields may shine like mirrors.
Okay, so what's the point of this book? It's actually a hint to your next encounter. So a lot of these books, they may not seem important at first, but actually they are like vague hints to how to solve the next puzzle. So, well, next puzzle, next encounter. Okay, so I did say that there was a limited inventory management thing, like in the original Resident Evils. Okay, so you don't really see it here right now, but the thing is, every item has a weight to them. Like an old Indian cover weighs much more than Jeremy's letter, for example. And here's this book, Extract of Golden Fleece, which seems like a much bigger book. And there is like a limit to how much weight you can hold with you. This is something that Resident Evil did improve upon. Resident Evil instead, skill issue. Resident Evil did improve on this, because Resident Evil made it something based on the actual squares in the inventory instead. So it's much more intuitive, and you will have a better idea of, oh, I only have 6 inventory slots, and I have these amount of items, so I have to get rid of this item, I have to get rid of this item. It's a little bit more abstract with weight in this game. But yeah, as a result, I am going to drop this extract of the Golden Fleece here, just so I can save up some weight in my inventory. Okay, let's see. Something else that's important to take with us is the oil lamp that's been beautifully advertised in the newspaper. And just as a little, man, just put it back in the bookcase. Can I do that? I wonder. I don't think I ever tried. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna grab this book, and if I just say put here, please, put. There is no room. Now, unfortunately, she just does not understand the idea of putting a book back in the closet. So there you go. Oh my fucking. Okay, but oh yeah, some physics here. Ooh, look at this. She can push something. Not only that, she can also push this thing over here. Ooh, look at that. See, now, this is some revolutionary game design right here. Okay, fancy. Yep. Okay, so survive the loft. All right. So we're gonna go downstairs. All right. So what do you have here? Okay. So we have a bow. Probably gonna be important later. Let's search this here. An oil can. Okay. Might be useful for the oil lamp. I think that should be it in this place, but I'm just gonna check anyway. Nothing important. Who are you to say, Emily? Nothing important. Again, who are you to say? Alright, so I'm gonna save here now. I survived the loft, that's fine. Okay, so you would think, oh, okay, I'll just go forward now, right? well, that's a quick end to this game. So yeah, what's the point of this beginner's trap here? Well, this game tries to put you on edge just at the start. That's why there was a hidden time limit for the zombie chicken to arrive through the window, and the zombie, even if you handle the zombie chicken afterwards. So, yeah, wow. So and now they do this here, so you're likely going to die very early on in this game. But again, it's early on in the game. You can very easily skip the first cutscene again and just try again. It's kind of like Dark Souls before Dark Souls, honestly, because it makes it so that you dying is kind of part of the experience. You will always be kind of on edge of, I could die any moment right now, and that's why you're going to be much more careful. And that's also the... Oh boy, there's some creepy music thing there. But yeah, that's why the controls work the way they do, because you're supposed to be constantly careful with all of your actions. So I just happen to know that I have to go this way first. Alright. So, what do we have here? It's locked. Oh, well, that's a problem. Okay, so a key. Well, there's a lock and a key. I wonder what I'm supposed to be doing here. Okay, nothing important. I don't think she has anything to say about the... No, she hasn't. Unfortunately, she has nothing to say about it. That musical sting is my natural anxiety background music, yep. Okay. So, it's locked, but we have a key. Let's use the key. Hey, look at that. Okay, old cavalry saber. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna save. I'm just gonna use this cavalry saber and just let things happen as they happen. Okay, so we have a cavalry saber. Oh, but they specifically said it's an old cavalry saber. So if you just swing it enough times, you break it. You find the saber blade. Here's the thing. You kind of want to keep this broken saber, or this saber blade, because it's actually going to be important for a puzzle later. So it's kind of like they kind of trick you. They make you think, oh, so this is a weapon I can use. Actually, it's part of a puzzle for later. So if you forgot to bring this with you, you're going to have to backtrack all the way back over here just to grab the broken saber blade and the saber blade and the broken saber. So yeah, but I guess I'm just gonna have to stick with just hand-to-hand. I mean, I guess I have the rifle. I only have 4 ammo for it though, so I'm gonna stick to hand-to-hand for now. Alright, let's try to get out of here. Oh my god! Oh, oh boy. Oh. Oh boy. This is not going well. Oh. Oh. Oh boy. Oh. Ooh. Come on. Oh, nice. This is amazing to see, yes. Brilliant fighting scene, yes. Truly, Jackie Chan and Jet Li have nothing on this. And this is Thriller. Oh boy. Alright. Okay, so, here's another little way to prevent a fight from happening, because I happen to know that if you keep this door open, another zombie will come out of this. So if you happen to know to close the door, yeah. Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, you notice him coming. Yeah. So now that I close the door, this zombie will not interrupt the next thing. Let's see. Open search. Yeah, nothing important. Okay, So, there's a bedroom over here. It's locked. Okay, well, we better find a key then. Here's a vase. You know what? I just happen to want to throw this thing. Oh. No, I don't want the broken vase. I do want the key that was inside the vase. There you go. Okay, anyway. Yeah. This thing might be a problem. Now should be a good time to... Should I use the rifle? I'll just use the rifle. Oh. Oh, no, I don't want the broken vase. There we go. Ah, there we go. Okay, yeah. So, let's see. How much do I have? 1 left. So yeah, I'm just gonna try to save that up in the meantime. But I do have this key. A small mirror. And another small mirror. So yeah, we just had the whole story about polishing your shields to reflect something. And now we have a bunch of mirrors. Okay, so here's the thing. If you are damaged while holding these mirrors, you will break these mirrors and you will be stuck in this game at this point. And you will have to replay from the start again. But again, it's still very early in the game, so you can just easily redo it afterwards. I am going to save though. Got some mirrors. Alright. Oh, no, I don't want the broken face. Yeah, you'll notice this zombie guy is just trying to get through the door, but he's just gonna be stuck there for eternity, I guess. Alright, let's see what's in here. First aid? Zombie is moonwalking. Yeah, well, makes sense. Alright, first aid kit. Okay, so what's in the first aid case? A flask. Like, it literally says J.H. of Jeremy Hartwood, so it's I guess Jeremy Hartwood's liquor, whiskey thing, whatever. Apparently that's what you use to heal, so there you go. But yeah, might be a little bit worrying that Jeremy Hartwood was holding some alcohol in a first aid kit, but yeah. And of course we don't want it be in our inventory space, so I'll just throw it away. I say throw it away, but it just ends up at our feet. No, wow, she's doing terrible at throwing right now. The best cure to any injury is getting too drunk to feel it. Yep. So yeah, these are the nightgowns from H.P. Lovecraft. They are creatures that are kind of made of stone, and they also work like Medusas. Yeah. So this is where we have to put the mirrors. You notice it is already kind of acting out because you put the mirrors there. And I'll put the other mirror here, which defeats them. Oh. There we go. So yeah, there was no other way for you to actually get through this unless you use the mirror, because they were invincible. The doom scream, yes. But yeah, this is defeated the night gaunts. Well, night gaunts. There we go. That scream is amazing. Oh! It's like a whale or something. But yeah, so this is why you have to actually kind of read all the books and all that, because it gives you a hint to what you're supposed to be doing. Okay. Just that laugh. So yeah, we can't get through this door. It's locked. We do see this statue over here. I think you die if you touch it. Let's see. Oh no, you don't die. You do get hit by it though. So yeah, it's a living statue. Yeah, that's why I saved, because you kind of do not want that thing chasing you. So, best thing for us to do right now is to not aggravate it at this point. Okay, you know what? Since we already reloaded, might as well just show this. Well, what is exactly stopping you from just going out of this mansion right now? Because hey, we are downstairs, and there's the entrance already. Why not just try to go out? Well, that's a bit of a problem. Yeah, so there's like an aura of evil energy around the mansion right now, which kind of stops you from actually getting out. So you have to actually defeat the evil here. Black hole is green, yes. Yeah, but yeah, you have to defeat the evil in this mansion before you can actually get out. So, defeated night gaunts. There we go. So yeah, let's actually try to solve this before we try to get out. So yeah, we have to avoid this knight armor. There's also this, well, okay, you know what? I'll just save beforehand. Ignore the knight. Okay, so just wanted to show you guys, oh, there's like this creepy transparent ghost here. What happens if you actually go nearer? Yeah, and also the problem is it actually moves through walls. At least I think it. Yeah. Well, no, it doesn't move through walls, but yeah, the problem is it's gonna chase after you until you just die. So, and the knight was also attacking, so yeah, that's well, might as well just show this. In a lot of death scenes, you get this entire cutscene that what happens to you afterwards. What's cool is that this area that you just saw, it's actually going to be in the place where the final battle will be in this game. So, a fun little Easter egg there. Very vengeful spirit. These monsters just want that personal space. They're right to attack you for it. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so there's a gramophone. This will be important for a later puzzle, but it is a very heavy object. So a lot of times speedrunners try to grab this last. In fact, I am gonna grab it because in case we hit full inventory, then I might as well just show how that looks like. But yeah, so gramophone. Just try to go around. Oh, there is a picture here though. A photograph of Uncle Jeremy with me. So yeah, if you played Edward Carnby, it would say a photograph of Jeremy and his niece. So that's a little difference depending on who you're playing. Okay, so poker. Okay, this poker is kind of a beginner's trap because this poker is not important at all for any puzzle. So if you take this, it's going to stay in your inventory the entire time, and you will have no use for it, and you only limit yourself with the inventory. So rude. Yeah. This matchbox, however, we do need. Okay, so we were able to avoid this ghost, which means I will save again. Ignore the ghost. Okay. Yeah, what am I gonna do? Okay, so, okay, might as well just show what's on this side. Okay. So in this bedroom over here, a notebook, and yeah, it's a bit difficult to tell, but it says JH again. So this is Jeremy Hartwood's notebook. So let's see what he has to say in this notebook. Oh, there we go.
Diary of Jeremy Hartwood.
September 27th, 1924. I have decided to keep this diary. Too many inexplicable events have taken place recently. Never have dreams so haunted my every waking moment. Perhaps my romantic mind was too dull, and has only now woken up to these new paths and visions. Some, seeing my recent paintings, may question my sanity. I can only ask them, what is sanity? Where does madness begin?
Every time when something like this happens, I always think of how Morpheus in Matrix says, "What is real? How you define real?" So here's, what is sanity? Where does madness begin?
September 28th, 1924. The night is pitch black. I am again drenched in sweat. I was wandering in the dunes, among giant standing stones. They were arranged in a circle, and the wind whistled about them. I plunged my hand into the soil and felt that repulsive thing which was trying to catch me.
So the not in this game, but again in the 2024 game, they actually show you this dunes with the circle and all that. So that's pretty cool.
It seized me. I struggled to break free of its loathsome embrace and managed to tear my hand away. It was covered in sticky substance.
You.
I was gripping a knife.
This knife that he's talking about ends up being important for another puzzle later.
October 5th, 1924. The stone circle is a pentacle. Derceto's library is filled with books on the occult. I will study those books until I find some explanation for the dreams. The visions that haunt me must be connected to my discoveries. I shall have to undertake a profound exploration of my dreams. December 16th. Dear God, I have found the knife. It was hidden here, and what I have learned fills me with apprehension. It is a sacrificial dagger belonging to some unholy cult. The thought of that blade tearing through human flesh horrifies me. Yet I must continue my research. Derceto is a storehouse of treasures.
The sacrificial dagger is also something from H.P. Lovecraft specifically, but yeah.
Was my father right after all? January 23rd. I spend all my days plunged in dusty books. The servants are convinced I am mad. At night, I awaken them with my screams. The dreams are draining what sanity I still have. I have tried staying awake, but in vain. My visions have changed. No doubt the influence of my father's research.
So yeah, as you can kind of tell from these diaries, it's not so much that Jeremy was grieving his father that led to him becoming insane and all that. It was actually all these visions that kind of started the moment his father died. So people that the people who wrote the newspaper were unaware of the real reason why Jeremy went insane.
February 7th, 1925. The Dark Man. That is what I called him.
Oh, very
Has
Hamlet.
revealed his true face to me. He appeared, as usual, near the fireplace. But this time, he approached me.
The description of the Dark Man, that's also something from H.P. Lovecraft, specifically for Nyarlathotep, which is one of the most popular monsters of H.P. Lovecraft. Here they use this name, the Dark Man, for someone else, but again, the 2024 game kinda implies that it was Nyarlathotep the whole time. But the thing with Nyarlathotep is that it's a monster with many masks and all that, so anyone could kind of be Nyarlathotep in a sense.
His terrible smile will haunt me to my dying day. His breath was ice and his burning eyes froze me. I could not move. I know, as surely as I have ever known anything, that the face I saw, the face that has turned my nights into hellish torture, is the mask of death.
Here he outright says mask specifically, so.
March 10th. My exhaustion is beyond description. The endless reading burns my eyes. It seems that pirates frequented the area. Dr. Herbert insists I keep to my bed. I have moved to another bedroom and sleep much better now. The Dark Man has not gone, however. I know it. He will wait for as long as he must.
So yeah, clearly this Dark Man, whoever he is, seems unable to actually reach Jeremy from this point on for some reason, and we'll figure out why.
Unless I, Jeremy Hartwood, can find a way to send him back to whatever hell he comes from. March 11th. My poor knowledge of Greek and Latin is a serious handicap to my reading. I have, nevertheless, made a great step forward. I drew the symbol on the floor. He can no longer go there. I want him to understand that I can do the same thing in my bedroom.
Oh, yeah. If you hear something there, it's my cat eating his cat food. But yeah, so I drew the symbol on the floor. He can no longer go there. So there's like some kind of circle that you can, or symbol you can draw on the floor, making it so that the Dark Man cannot reach you.
I can imagine his rage and frustration. Only last night he found his way back into my dreams. March 13th. The translation will seriously dent what money I have left. I cannot paint. My pictures are clearly the work of a lunatic. The collector Thornhill's embarrassed smile was proof of that.
Our cat can't eat. Yeah, no, he has trouble eating.
March 29th. He has come back. He found the door to my dreams. I am too weary to attempt any defense. I have no strength left to fight, and he knows it. He considers me dead already. Could I possibly?
Again, I just want to say I love this actor so much. Like it's so hilariously dramatic, and I just I love it.
March 30th. How ironic! The cave my father sought for so many years is here, beneath the house. Wait, the butler discovered a crack in the cellar wall. A breeze blows in through it, icy and repugnant. I am filled with horror at the thought of my father dying in this place.
He's amazing, absolutely. Yep. like it's just how he says things. Like a breeze blows in through it, icy and repugnant. Like he's. Oh yes, here's his acting. Yeah.
I will carry to my grave the vision of his face contorted in the agony of that fatal heart attack.
Jeez, chill. It sounds like you're the one having a heart attack here, Jeremy.
His body was twisted. He had webs. His fingernails were torn and bloody from scrabbling at the floor. Dr. Gray concluded that death had been due to a heart attack. It was Waits, who some time later was informed that my poor father had in fact bitten off his tongue and choked on his own blood.
And choked on his own blood. His body was twisted. Yes. Okay, so Dr. Gray and Waits, they will actually be a little bit more important in the 2024 game, so that's pretty cool. But, I need an entire audiobook voice like this, yes. Oh, I would listen to it, definitely.
March 31st. I explored the caverns in a dream. The Dark Man came with me. Strangely, I felt almost well. How can I describe what I saw? No. What words are capable of explaining such evil?
He's starting to sound like Renfield now, kinda.
I realized that my death was of no interest to him. The Dark Man wants something else. He seeks a body. His avid servants are now free. I am the cause. It is almost funny.
Oh wow! I love this game. I love this game so much. Okay, yeah. So now we know what the Dark Man wants. At least he wants a body. No, a body, a body. Yeah, but yeah. So the Dark Man's goal is in fact to get a body, to take over someone's body. So now we have an idea of the goal of the Dark Man at least. Oh, hey, hello, the G's. Should I just say it like that? The G's? Oh, you got. Oh, I didn't know there was such a emoji of Edward Carnby there. That's Edward Carnby with a rag on his face. That's hilarious. But yeah, thanks for joining us, the G's.
A curse is on Derceto. From the foundations to the very rooftop, I can no longer struggle, let alone eradicate the evil that grips the house. The end is very near, I can feel it. I have taken the decision to... May he who finds this diary pray for my soul.
Oh, I pray for you, Jeremy. Carnby sweats reading this notebook. To be fair, I'm actually playing as Emily Hartwood right now, but yeah, I mean, I can just imagine Edward looking at this and just sweating. Okay. Oh, Emily, yes. He sounds too happy to die. Okay. But yeah, before I let them read this diary thing, we did hear some kind of action music, so I'm going to get ready for a fight. I only have, let's see, yeah, the rifle only has like one bullet. Well, let's just try to fight hand to hand, or kick, I guess. Oh. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh. Okay. Oh. Oh, I'm stuck here now. Okay, I guess I'll just try to. Oh. Oh. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh! I think I got him. Yes. So if that last entry was on March 31st, I guess the game takes place in April 1925? I think so. Oh, wait, hold on. Because... did his letter... No, his letter did not say what date it was. So... Okay, and in his notebook he said... How about the newspaper? Oh yeah, what did the newspaper say? Let's see. The newspaper... August 25. The newspaper says August 25, so... That could be the date. I mean, March 31st, I mean, there could have been some time before either Emily or Edward decided to go to this mansion, so who knows. And of course the newspaper could also be written after the game's events, so yeah. Ooh, I don't have a lot of health left, but yeah, we'll see how this goes. I'll just save. Survive the zombie chicken. Oh, zombie chick. Yeah, good points. Okay, so here we find another creature. Yeah, the bathroom creature. We're gonna need this jug. Oh. Yeah. it has a very long range of attack, but it's a bit slow. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna save again because we want to open that closet, because in that closet is a healing item. So, oh yeah, first aid kit. Okay, well, fortunately I was able to get that before without getting damaged, so that's good. Okay. First aid case, which again has a flask in it. Like, there's a real alcohol problem here.
Ah.
Ah. Okay, so get rid of this. And get rid of this. Nope. Leave. Leave. Okay. What's with this room? Oh, the room is in the dark. So it's like I'm alone in the dark. Anyway. Let's see. So we have to use this matchbox to light up the lamp. Oh, lamp has no oil. Okay, so first we have to use the oil can. Yeah, lamp is full. And now we use the matchbox to light up the lamp. There we go. So yeah. Okay, a very heavy statuette. It outright says the very heavy statuette. So in terms of inventory thing, this is going to encumbrance us a lot. But we are going to need that. And there's this book. Let's see what this book has to say.
A Brightness from Afar, by Lord Boleskine, an account of his celebrated voyage to New England, 1824, Alistair Publications, Cambridge.
So, Lord Boleskine is not going to be in another Alone in the Dark game. He is in another game called Shadow of the Comet, which is also based on an H.P. Lovecraft story. See, the thing is, Alone in the Dark used to belong to a trilogy, but not the Alone in the Dark trilogy. It was its own trilogy, where Shadow of the Comet is another one of that trilogy. And Lord Boleskine is an important character in Shadow of the Comet. So this is like a way for them to kind of connect the two games, Alone in the Dark and Shadow of the Comet. But yeah, so and also the funny thing is, A Brightness from Afar, this specific novel will also appear in the 2024 game. So that's pretty cool how they reference that as the collector's item, even, or collectible item. But yeah, so this book is mostly a reference to Shadow of the Comet, but it also has a very vague hint on what you're supposed to be doing with the statuette.
Following a splendid journey, the sunny harbour came into sight. The locals were much impressed with one's arrival in their midst. One had time to sketch several of them and notice signs of degeneracy. Some children showed one their queer hands that would inspire uneasiness.
One also likes to speak in third person, calling himself one and all that.
Upon the promise of a few coins, a child is undertaken to reveal to one a most prodigious phenomenon of a natural order. One admits to being skeptical as to the prodigiousness of the marvel, whatever it may be. Indeed, one suspects it to be little more than an evening stroll to some charming wooden hut situated in the forest hereabouts. One will nonetheless go, for it is always well to submit to such local enthusiasms.
In Shadow of Heartwood, there's a painting from Jeremy Heartwood in reference to him. So there's more little links between the two. But yeah, so my fiance, Starlight, whenever she hears the word phenomenon, she likes to do the song of the Muppets. So, phenomenon. Phenomenon. So yeah, that's why I kind of laughed at the. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, yeah, just wanted to point that out because it would kill her if I didn't point this out. I am trying to keep it in. So yeah, phenomenon.
One admits to being somewhat flabbergasted. The Milky Way shone like the fires of the apocalypse from the inky celestial vault. Certain distant stars, normally invisible to the naked eye, were clearly visible, glittering indeed with a strange intensity. The heavy clouds that had settled above the village had no hold over that place. It would be pointless to offer here the names of the constellations one perceived in utter clarity. Apart from the interminable length of such a list, one might conceivably risk being charged with exaggeration.
No, this voice is exaggerated? I couldn't tell.
The cross cast its shadow on the ground. The sea in the distance was dead calm. Tonight, one will return to that spot and draw those stars. Tomorrow night, one will at last see Halley's comet in all its brilliance. The youngster will carry torches. Despite one's developed sense of direction, honed by years of travel, one feels incapable of finding one's way through the dark forest unaided.
Once you become affiliate, we should have a emote of those Muppets. Yeah, sure, we should. Yeah, I might as well just point out. Yeah, there's a little thing there, path to affiliate. I need 2 more followers, and then I should have 2 more videos where the how do you say, the average viewers are above 3, and then I should be an affiliate theoretically. And so yeah, then I'll be able to put more stuff like emotes and all that. So yeah.
The drawings will, one is convinced, set light to the souls of men. Such a moon!
Such a
One
moon!
lost count of the craters, so sharply was their definition. Loath as one is to seem excessive in one's appraisal, one cannot but feel that the forest clearing is indeed a place outside the common laws of time and space. Surely it is not an hallucination.
No, this appraisal is not excessive at all.
How strange to consider that idle conversation, some research in the British Museum, and a voyage to this backward village should culminate in so astounding a discovery. It may be that others have noticed the extraordinary nature of that place. How else could one explain the presence of that cross?
Okay, so it's a very, very vague hint, but they keep talking about a comet and all that. Like, it's supposed to be hinting at the fact that you're supposed to be throwing this very heavy statuette at something. So that's going to be, yeah, that's something we're going to be trying. Let's see. Oh yeah, might as well just put the oil lamp away. I think if I just no. Oh wait, I think if I just equip something else, I should. There we go. That's makes it so that I unequip the thing. Okay. Yeah. So might as well just read a book. Okay. So let's see what's over here. Okay, so I'm just gonna show what happens if you just try to get through this hallway here. Oh. So yeah, it kind of prevents you from actually moving forward here. Okay, so just gonna read a book. Okay, so what are you supposed to be doing? Well, you're actually supposed to be doing 2 separate things, but I'm just gonna do one first. So, remember that Indian cover? The old Indian cover. There. You cover that up, and now when art attacks, yes. So yeah, you cover it up with the Indian cover, and now it no longer stops you. Sounds like a B-horror movie. It does. But yeah, you would think that's it, right? Let's just try to continue. Oh, here's another art that tries to stop you. So yeah, what you're supposed to be doing here is use the bow in order to shoot back at it. Here's the problem. We don't have any arrows. We have a bow, but no arrow. So basically, you're not actually supposed to be here yet. So that's why I'm going to reload. And we'll just keep this in mind, that we'll return here once we have some arrows. Oh, no, I don't want that. I don't want that either. Okay, so might as well just save here. Read a book. Okay, so we read a book, and it kind of hints at like a comet-like thing, etc. Let's see what happens if we try to throw this heavy statuette. I might not be positioned right, because you've seen what happens if you try to throw, and sometimes it just drops straight to your feet. Let's see what happens here. Oh, there we go. I guess I did aim correctly. So yeah, that takes care of the knight. And now we have a sword that doesn't break. Revolutionary, right? So yeah. So now we don't have to kick enemies anymore. We can just actually try to hit them with a sword. So Sonic and the Black Knight. Because we have a sword now. You got all those arrows the painting put in you. Yeah, but now we have the sword. Great title. Now we have the sword. And that's the thing. We do not need this heavy statuette anymore. So that encumbrance to your weight limit, it's no longer a problem. So, yeah. Alright, so we have a sword. Okay, this door is locked. This one isn't though. Okay, so I'm just gonna save yet again. Okay, so first I'm gonna try to open this door first. Yeah. Okay, so here we see a dance hall, which has a bunch of, I guess, statues of dancers, I guess. And they are surrounding something that we might want. Okay, let's see. There's a record. We're not gonna take this record. I don't think I should take this record yet. But yeah, so what's stopping me from just trying to walk past them? Oh, look, they were ghosts after all. So, and they should kill you if you get hit by them. Oh, there we go. Yeah, yeah. So we have to deal with that somehow first before we actually return over here. Okay, but what if we... Personal space, yes. See, the problem is Emily is just not good at actually asking people to just move aside or something. Okay, so let's search this little statue here. Oh, look, an arrow, so we can actually move forward with that one hallway. And another arrow, so we got 3 arrows. 3 arrows? Yeah. Oh, and now a bunch of spiders arrived. This is when you just back away, honestly. Okay, so here's the thing. We're not going to need to use this room anymore in order to get to that dance hall. There was another door which you can enter through. So we can just keep this door closed. At least I think you can just close it. No? Okay, no. No, I guess you have to actually be at... No, well, fortunately they do not move outside of the room, so at least there's that. So yeah. Triggering the trap is not much of a problem because we're going to move into the dance hall through another door anyway. So, but we do have a bunch of arrows, so we can go upstairs. But let's explore this floor first. Okay, so let's see. A pot of soup. You can. There you go. Here, you cannot carry anything else. This is what happens if you have a full inventory. So now I have to kind of think about. Oh no, yes. Let's see. What should I remove? Well, okay, I do need the old Indian cover. Like, I don't need Jeremy's letter, but it's so light, and I kind of want to take it with me just as some kind of proof or something. That oil lamp, bow, empty oil can. Oh, it's empty. Might as well just get rid of it. I say get rid of it, but it still just ends up at her feet. Okay, so let's see, a bow. Well, we already opened the chests, so okay. Let's see. We need the broken saber. We need the saber blade. The dresser ski. Well, we don't need that anymore. We already opened the dresser. Gramophone. Oh yeah, that's probably one of the reasons why we're having trouble. Okay. Okay. Her throat is so. Yeah, it is. No dinner. Yeah. Oh no, I remembered soup. Okay. Matchbox. We need that matchbox. Notebook. I want to keep the notebook just as a... Okay, we do need the jug. The diary of a journey. I guess we don't need this specifically. She really is terrible at throwing. Sword, jug. Okay, let's see if we can take this... no. 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 There we go, the pot of soup. Okay, so, leave. Let's see. Let's just save first. I'm at soup. Okay, so let's try to eat this soup. Yuck! Some human flesh. So yeah, better not try to eat that then. Okay. So yeah, what are we gonna do with a pot of soup of human flesh? Okay, so if you didn't have the matchbox, if you didn't get the matchbox upstairs, you can get a matchbox here. So. It's not like you're completely screwed if you missed the matchbox upstairs. Okay, there's a knife. There's a knife. Yeah, just normal knives. They're not the sacrificial knife, so we're not going to try to grab it. How is she able to discern human meat from other meat? Yeah, that's a bit concerning that she was able to tell, isn't it? Does she have experience? Okay, so we have a key. Let's see. Biscuit box. Oh, you cannot carry anything else. Okay, I think I'll just return here and try to get the biscuits box, because the biscuits is also how you can heal. So yeah, apparently if you're attacked by zombies and all that, just eat some biscuits and it's fine. No water. Oh, that's a problem. Okay, let's enter over here. Oh, some creepy music. Hi, here to lurk. Hey, the mercenary. Yeah, the mercenary, she... Yeah, hope game's fun. Yeah, lurk. Yeah, so, happy you could, join me here. Alright, so, yeah, we just entered, the coal room, I think, and, but then creepy music played, so we're gonna have to fight. Fortunately, we have a sword now, so... If I can... There we go. So yeah, a lot easier than kicking. Let's just put it like that. Oh, I love your hornet icon. Oh, cool. You have a hornet icon. That's cool. Oil can. Fortunately, we don't need another oil can right now. Okay, so the reason we have to go inside here is so I can fill up the jug with water. You fill the jug, yeah. So the faucet said no water, but I can fill the jug with this. And if we search the coal over here, oh, can't carry anything else. I'm going to backtrack here just to search the coal again, because I really want to get rid of the pot of soup. Okay, so killed a zombie with a sword. There we go. Killed zombie with sword. Okay. thank you. I had to get it when Twitch released it. Yes. Okay, so there are a bunch of zombies here, and they're going to start attacking. So here's the thing: you can go ahead and try to defeat all of these zombies, but that's going to be a lot of trouble. But we have a pot of soup that has human meat there, so if we put it on the table, oh, I guess now they just want to have a nice dinner party now. So that solves that problem. No need to fight against all these zombies. Just have them, yeah, just have them sit down and have a good time. That's nice. Yes, indeed. So yeah, now that we got rid of the pot of soup, which weighed a lot, now we can try to grab... Well, first let's grab the biscuits, because then we can immediately get rid of the box too. Alright, biscuits. There we go, biscuit box. Eat. You feel better. Yep. You know, it's the fact that she left behind an empty box, otherwise I would have thought she actually ate the entire box. Alright. Okay. So yeah, that's a lot of space. All these monsters are just misunderstood or autistic or overwhelmed or hangry. Yes, exactly. Okay, so let's actually search this coal. A box of shoes. I wonder if there's actually shoes in there. Open search. Oh no, the revolver that the newspaper happened to have an ad for. So yeah, there we go. Now we have this revolver. Oh boy, her throwing is... oh boy. Okay, but yeah, now we have a revolver. So we have a sword and we have a revolver. We also have a rifle, but that only has like 1 ammo, so it's fine. Okay. Okay, so got revolver. Okay. So now this room is also safe for us. Let's see, what was in this thing again? Nothing important. Well, I'll just take your word for it, Emily. Okay, so, oh, a lighter. So, this is why we needed the jug filled with water. Because this smoke, yeah, this smoke is gonna drain your health while you're in this room. So, if you use this jug of water, yeah, pour the jug's contents on the cigars, and that solves that problem. So, that's the reason why you needed the jug. Let's see. But now we don't need the jug anymore, so... Oh wow, that was actually somewhat of a throw, who'd have thought? Okay, oh. Let's see, let's search this here. A record, and a book, okay. Let's see what this book has to say.
Memories by Alistair Boleskine. Printed in London, A. Machin, editor. 1833.
So here's Boleskine again, from the Shadow of the Comet.
It was during a conversation with G that one first heard of the New England fishing village of I. The area was apparently the ideal place from which to witness unusual phenomena in space. The quality of the air, along with the conjunction of several favorable factors, made one impatient to get started. Having gleaned what information one could from the British Museum, one set off with all haste.
The I would be Innsmouth, I believe. I'm not sure what the G was anymore. But, yeah.
One's work on space and comets in particular had met with a warm response, and one thought it judicious to include several original sketches of the phenomenon, sketches which one felt were sure to arouse a great deal of keen interest in the scientific circles of 1834. One refers naturally to the passage of Halley's comet.
Editor's note. Lord Boleskine's memoirs end at this point. Who knows what extraordinary contributions he might still have made had he not succumbed during his visit to New England to dementia, followed by an early death in St. Andrew's Hospital.
Yeah, that's a thing in Shadow of the Comet. You will, in fact, meet Lord Boleskine in St. Andrew's Hospital. So that's another way how the two things link together. Okay. Okay, let's see. This door was locked. Did the key open it? No, not this key. What was the key for? Oh, I think the key was for the basement, I believe. Yeah, okay, so might as well just go to the basement. Oh, yeah, might as well just show that oh yeah, this leads back to the dinner room. And this one is locked, so that's something for later. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, this is locked, but oh yeah, the record. Okay, if we use the record, what happens? Oh yeah. We use the record along with the gramophone. So now we know what song it actually is. I'm not sure if there was an actual hint to which music you're supposed to be playing, but it's not this one. So I'm just gonna throw this away. Somehow it's still playing. That's fascinating. Okay. Okay, let's see what this key does. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's for the basement. Okay. No, I don't want to take it. Okay, so here's the basement. Okay, enter the basement. Alright. Wait, no, I have a better one. It came from the basement. There we go. Okay, so, if we search over here, nothing important. We have some bullets, so that's good for the revolver. These rats actually damage you, so you kind of want to avoid them. And also they sound like eagles for some reason. I have no idea why. Okay, so, okay. If you take away this block, those two barrels will roll out of the way. You actually kind of want that, because... Is that the mercenary? Good to have you here. Yes. Yeah, so if you get rid of this block, those two barrels will move out of the way, which reveals a hole here. In Jeremy's notebook, he did say that I might as well just show it here. Notebook, read. Let's see, where was it?
September 28th. September 28th.
Okay, no, okay.
It seized October 5th,
Visions
1920.
Haunt Me.
December,
Sacrificial Dagger.
January 23rd. February 7th.
Near the
His
fireplace.
terrible smile
sure
of haunt. March 10th. My exhaustion.
Where
March
was it?
March 13th.
I cannot paint.
March 29th. March
There we go.
30th. How ironic! The cave my father sought for so many years is here! Beneath the house! Wait, the butler discovered a crack in the cellar wall. A breeze blows in through it, icy and repugnant.
So, turns out it's not so much a crack so much as a giant hole, but yeah. Eagle rats, one of nature's weirdest hybrids. Yeah, okay, so there's this Chthonian, that's the name of this monster from H.P. Lovecraft. Still amazing, yes. Yeah, that creature kinda makes it so that we can't really go further in this underground cave that Jeremy was talking about. But we do want to enter this cave in order to solve this whole mystery and all that. So we're gonna have to figure out a way to bypass this Chthonian. Chthonian is like a worm, world eater kind of thing. But yeah, so that's kind of all we can do in this basement. Funnily enough, the basement actually is quite optional, because if you because at the end we are going to use that hole in order to escape from the cave. So I guess it's not completely optional, but this first visit is actually optional. You would think, oh, but I have to at least get the block out of the way in order to open up the hole so you can go through it. Funnily enough, if you skipped doing that and you get to the end, the barrels just roll out of the way on their own. So someone must have removed the block in the meantime, so that's interesting. Okay, anyway, now that we have the arrows, let's actually try to deal with the paintings. Okay. Alright. The evil paintings. Alright. So, as I said earlier, we use the Indian cover over here. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna show something funny actually. Okay, so we already dealt with this one. So the other one, you have to use the bow and arrow for. Do you know? How do you know so much about this game? I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. Okay. Okay, so we already know we're supposed to use the bow with the arrow. So let's try this first. No, that's... Well, we have 3 arrows, so it's fine. Let's see. Jeez, that's the one. Oh, yeah, no, yeah. You hear the little lightning thing. So that solves the... that solves this little thing. So yeah. That dealt with this painting. However, let's return. So here's the thing. This bow technically is optional. Because what can you do instead? Okay, if you just align correctly, throw the arrow. There you go. So yeah, so yes, so the bow is actually completely optional, so that's hilarious. So yeah. Amazing throw. Alright, so yeah, that solved that. Okay, there is a door in the middle here. This is opposite the door to where the knight was. So there is a room between that we want to enter. Bows are optional, just like real life. Yeah, I mean, in a sense. Okay, but yeah, like I said, it's... Okay, you can kind of tell... Oh, the room is in the dark. Oh, that's a problem. Okay, yeah, okay, so you can kind of tell right there. There's a bookcase. This is in fact the library. But it's dark. We do have a lamp, but let's actually continue with this room first. Now that we have dealt with this evil painting. Funny enough, yeah, if you throw it, that means you can take it again. So, I don't know what... Actually, there's no real use for these arrows anymore, but you know what, I'll just keep it unless I have to get rid of some weight. Okay, so, this is in fact Jeremy's room. So that bedroom upstairs where his notebook was, it was actually not his room, this is his room. How do I know? Because... Oh, first we grab this book. How do I know that this is Jeremy's room? Well, in Emily's profile, she talked about the upstairs clock, upstairs standing clock thing. This is the clock. So yeah. So this is in fact Jeremy's room. Okay. So what do we have over here? A key. and a parchment. Okay, so we already have the book. So let's read this book. Oh, it's a fake book. Okay, how about this parchment though?
The Creatures of Night by Hubertus the Bald. Translated from Latin by his brother in prayer, Fratre Johann Marcus.
Hubertus the Bald won't actually appear in the 2024 game, but he is mentioned in a new document. So there's a lot of things the 2024 game took from this game in the files and all that, and made their own things out of it. So it's pretty cool.
Of monstrosity. You who read me know that night engenders monsters and that night creatures exist. The accursed book of Abdul al-Hazred is clear on this matter. That is not dead which can eternal lie. Unhappy he who knows that book.
If readers of H.P. Lovecraft would know that the cursed book of Abdul al-Azred is in fact the Necronomicon. So that's also something you kind of do Necronomicon. But yeah, it's the same type of Necronomicon that you see in Evil Dead, for example. So yeah, it's an accursed book, and yeah, unhappy he who knows that book. The point is, if you were to read that book, you will get very damaged or die. Even that's kind of the point of this parchment, as a hint.
Unhappy he whose eyes alight upon that foulest of texts. Unhappy he who implores the standing stones, for he will free the powers of darkness.
Ominous.
Of the pit. Stagnant waters are like the memory of men. Beneath the surface calm, clawed beasts await and are known to initiates as the Deep Ones.
Deep Ones are also from H.P. Lovecraft. They're like fish people that kind of breed with normal humans, and human beings. People born from humans and Deep Ones. They will also have like they will have like fish puberty, where they also become Deep Ones. It's a whole thing with H.P. Lovecraft. But yeah, we are going to in fact enter this pit where we find Deep Ones. So this is foreshadowing.
Awaiting his prey, the Deep One seizes him and drags him down to the abyss, where Dagon, the cruel god, swims and reveres him whose name may not be pronounced.
Dagon, yeah, that's the father of the Deep Ones. In the lovely village of Innsmouth, yes, indeed, Crimson Isle.
Of libraries. Unhappy he who frees the prowler. Unhappy he who meets the prowler erring among the books. He generates the vagabond that comes from other spheres. He believes the vagabond does not exist.
So we just saw like a library, the library that's in the dark. So the prowler or the vagabond, that's going to be stalking around the library, and we're gonna have to deal with this vagabond when we enter the place.
He will feel the embrace of death, for in the eyes of the vagabond, books are no more than dreams, stone no more than wind. The vagabond knows how to take the breath of the reckless. Of strife. He who speaks does not know, and believes he is able to kill the creatures of the night. Folly. Evil is conjured up by science and secrecy.
Okay, so unfortunately there's a glitch in this game. You notice the little P there? That's it's supposed to be like a dash and P, so it would go to the next page. That's why the voice stops at this point. But so if I actually press right now, it will go to the next page, but he will start reading from "He who prowls among books will perish by the blade. He who flies in dark caverns will scream in fear. He who swims in the depths will evaporate. But he," and then it just continues from the page. So that's a little little glitch that's in this game that they still haven't fixed up till now. But yeah, that's the reason why the P was there, because P for page as in next page. But yeah, I'll just go push to the right.
He who prowls among books will perish by the blade. He who flies in the dark caverns will scream in fear. He who swims in the depths will evaporate. But he who believes he knows nothing.
So
He who knows
no.
says nothing.
This is a hint on how to actually deal with the vagabond, because he outright says, he who flies in the he who swims in depths will evaporate. Oh wait, no, he who prowls among, sorry, he who prowls among books will be defeated by the blade or something. Well, that means we have to find that sacrificial dagger that was that Jeremy talked about in his diary. Sorry. Okay. Okay. There we go. Oh, that was a layering issue there. It's an old game. Okay, so into the library. Okay, so now we can just use the oil lamp. Okay. So, if you want to be able to explore in this place while still having some lights on, you can in fact just put the oil lamp down. I'm surprised you're not talking about the paintings in the hallway. I kind of did. I mean, okay, so they're Native American paintings, like, so yeah, this is very much the whole Native Americans are magical and all that. That's something that actually kind of continues in the, especially in the third one, and also in A New Nightmare and all that. Is that what you were talking about, the G's, or is there something specific about the paintings that you want me to talk about? Oh, I meant the other ones. There's the standing stones that were mentioned in the notes you just read. Oh, I guess that's something that even I didn't know. Okay, hold on. Let me just... and the Darkman also, the one in purple. Yeah, okay. I guess I never really looked at the painting. That's pretty cool. Okay. Let me just put this oil lamp here on the ground. So yeah, this is gonna stay lit up. Well, oh yeah, you see the Prowler, the Vagabond over there. Oh, there we go. Oh, wow. I never knew this. That's pretty cool. Oh, so you still learn things every day. But yeah, so here's the Darkman. And you see the dunes over there. And then of course there's the tree one, but that's kind of a spoiler. Yeah. Yeah, that's a little bit of a spoiler. But yeah, cool. So yeah, I guess I still learn new things here. So that's pretty cool. Thanks, the Z's. The G's. Am I supposed to say that? The G's? DJEs? Oh yeah, the Vagabond. Okay. Okay, let's just try to search this. Nothing important in this bookcase. So, fortunately, you can just search the entire bookcase in one go. Yeah, you're good. Okay, good. Nothing important in this bookcase. It's very convenient that you can just... Oh. Okay, yeah, he can move through walls. Nothing important in this bookcase. Nothing important in this bookcase. There we go. Okay, so, yeah, I did a save before at the library, because something's gonna happen when you read this specific book.
Fragments of the Book of Abdul.
Oh, didn't I just say something about the Necronomicon? Well, here's a fragment of the book.
In the antique city of dead Relia, Cthulhu dreams and waits. In the pit of time, the unspeakable lies in wait. That is not dead which can eternal lie. Relia, Your blocks of stone seal the ritual that gives birth to fear. Cthulhu Fatang! Cthulhu Fatang! Ayah! Ayah!
Oh, this person seems fine.
Let he who knows how to invoke the stones act. It is time. Let the shadow of Cthulhu darken the sky. May the servitor of the black goat of the woods with 1,000 youngs sound his flute in honor of the unspeakable. Cthulhu Fatang! Cthulhu Fatang! Ayah! Ayah!
Oh, what's this creepy statue doing here? Teria! Yeah.
May he who may not be named cast his withering gaze upon the unbeliever. For he is the door, the key, and the guardian of the door, and holds you now in his immense power.
Yes, Cthulhu cameo. So this thing is actually, well, supposedly this is actually important in the actual novel Call of Cthulhu, which talks about this creepy statue that it's kind of like the inciting incident that leads to the actual story for Call of Cthulhu. So there you go. Okay. But yeah, oh, so we're not supposed to have been reading this book. What happens if you actually read it? Well, this happens. You feel weak? Yes. Oh, I did not... she did not show the full animation because she got attacked by the vagabond. Okay, I'm just gonna... into the library, I'm just gonna run and... oh. I do want to show the full animation though, because it got interrupted by the thing. Okay, so... and I'll just... oil lamp, drop wood. There we go. Oh, jeez, but he is moving that way though. Okay. I'll just kind of go like a round circle just so I can grab the book and not be attacked by him, because I do want to kind of show the full animation that happens if you read the book. Actually, I guess I can just grab it and then... there we go. Take the book, and I'll just exit out of the library just so I can read it in peace. And I say read in peace because I'm gonna die, but... okay, yeah, this is the tree that the G's was talking about. But anyway, so we'll read the book, and I guess we've read the book, so... So yeah, it does take some health away, so she's fine. Yep. So yeah, that's why I did a save in the library. Yes. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so I had 19 health after that. I started with 26 health. So yeah, you do lose like 7 health. It's not that bad, honestly, all things considered. But yeah, there you go. So yeah, that's why I wanted to grab that book specifically, but there's no need to actually grab that book because it's just going to damage us. Just but a scratch. A scratch? Her whole head went bloated and all that. Okay, so yeah, gonna use this light and then drop it here. That way we can interact with stuff. Like, the light should not reach this part, honestly, but yeah. Okay, so yeah, there's this one bookcase that's a little bit lighted differently than the others. Like, have you ever seen old cartoons, like Looney Tunes and all that, where it happens to be, I don't know, lighted differently and all that? Okay, so if we search, let's see. Well, I think we have to search just a little bit to the side. Yeah, there's a mechanism trigger. And we happen to have this false book. Hey, look at that. So yeah, this was also foreshadowed in the profile of Emily Harwood. Okay, so we'll grab this thing, a talisman. It's probably going to be important for later. Let's see. You find a dagger. Okay, this looks like a sacrificial dagger. This looks like a dagger. Could be a sacrificial dagger. This also kind of looks like a sacrificial dagger, so that's going to be a bit of a problem. There's a parchment, another parchment, and a book. And another book, so we have several things to read. I'm going to save. Secret room. Okay, so let's go them one by one. Okay, so there's a dagger here, a dagger, and a dagger. Okay, here's the first parchment.
The Book of Yael, Signs of Stone, Eucharistic Rituals of Forbidden Cults. Texts collated by Monsignor Vacher, legate in the Curia of the Vatican.
Numerous devilish cults speak of monstrous creatures called the Old Ones. These supernatural beings are believed to be possessed of powers equivalent to those of the gods of antique religions. Adepts of such cults refer to forbidden literature in order to cause these frightful entities to appear before them.
Books that do creepy things. I have no idea what that could possibly be referring to.
What serious student of folk myths has not come across the names of Cthulhu and Shub-Niggurath?
Shub-Niggurath actually ends up being a bit more important in the 2024 game, so that's pretty cool.
It must be said that these creatures wield tremendous power and are difficult to control once they have been unleashed into the world. Those who serve He Who Goes in Shadows protect themselves with signs of stone, carved into the walls of houses or engraved on various objects. For those misguided servants of evil, the best protection appears to be that afforded by the sign of the most ancient gods, engraved in Manar stone, a heavy material said to be disagreeable to the touch.
So they outright give a little drawing of this thing. So this looks like the talisman we just grabbed. So clearly it's going to be very important.
The sinful practices of those who fall into such errors can only lead to the darkest of despair, and are a mortal danger to the soul. Such monsters as those invoked by these foolhardy individuals are engendered when reason drops its guard. Man is easily tempted into perversion.
Who are you to judge?
It is why we must forever remain alert and renounce Satan with each breath we take. His ways are infinite in number.
Alright. So, that was the first parchment. The signs and rituals. Okay. What's this next parchment here?
The Sacrificial Dagger, Otto Stern, Lumina Books.
So yeah, we might learn a bit more about the sacrificial dagger here.
The importance placed on ritual sacrifice is constant in religious cult practice. Propitiating the gods is a theme common to many religions. The Old Testament affords many examples. Primitive polytheistic belief systems integrate sacrifice in their rituals as part of the recurrent process of reaffirmation and, naturally enough, group cohesion.
This guy has like the kind of voice that always like sticks his nose up and goes, yeah, I know better than you. The importance placed on ritual sacrifice.
The members of their social and religious community come together in an act of purification and atonement. It would be erroneous to imagine the act of human sacrifice linking priest, offering, and God, C.F. Manzetti, stone cults, as anything less than a vital focusing of the group's faith. The act also ensures the continuing appeasement of the god, but only if practiced by a recognized officiating priest using the appropriate instrument.
Snooty Snooterson, yes indeed.
Studies made concerning primitive religious groups bear witness to the central role of sacrifice in living ritual. My own work in the field of ethnopsychology brought me into contact with a sorcerer living in the region of Arkham. He introduced me to the rite of steel, linked to a ceremony known as adoring the black goat of the woods with 1,000 youngs. The god being adored is known as the vagabond.
Yeah, so we know that the sacrificial dagger has to be, or the way to use sacrificial dagger is related to the vagabond.
Here, the dagger's role, which allows the life breath to pass from one dimension to another, is essential. The vagabond is a frightening figure, being able to move where he wants and to kill those who have displeased the goat god, for whom he acts as a go-between. The goat is clearly a fertility god. The priest, having spoken the invocation, must choose the appropriate dagger for the sacrifice.
So yeah, you have to use a specific dagger against the vagabond. So yeah, in this game, the vagabond is a link to Shub-Niggurath. So yeah, that's how this game links to Shub-Niggurath. However, the 2024 game makes it so that the name of the mansion, Derceto, turns out that Derceto was actually one of the names for Shub-Niggurath, which kind of links it more with Shub-Niggurath. Like, I'm not sure if this game says that Shub-Niggurath is related to Derceto specifically, but yeah, the 2024 game links this mansion to Shub-Niggurath, whereas here in this game, as far as we can tell, the only real link to Shub-Niggurath is the vagabond, because the vagabond works for Shub-Niggurath.
The knife with a sinusoidal blade that must be dipped 7 times on night when the moon is full in water that has been distilled 100 times will be laid aside, since it would send the vagabond back into his own dimension. See illustration.
So here's a little, double negative kind of thing. We want to send the vagabond back to its own dimension. Here it outright says, no, you should lay it aside, because we do not want to send it back to its own dimension. Well, now we know that we have to use this specific dagger in order to send it back to its own dimension.
The priest will rather choose the dagger with a curved blade. That is more appropriate for slitting of the lamb's throat. This act transfigures the sorcerer priest and plunges the assembled worshippers into a divine trance.
So yeah, we don't even have this dagger in the first place, so it's a non-issue. Okay, so now we know we're supposed to be using this dagger. At least I think that's how it's supposed to be going. I'm just gonna save just in case. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna try to deal with the vagabond first. See if I remember correctly that it's supposed to be this knife. Where are you, buddy? There you are. There we go. If I used any other dagger, it would have just phased right through him. But yeah, it's the fact that we used this specific dagger that allowed it to, be sent back to its own dimension. So we do not need these. She's still terrible at throwing. Cubes became balls. Yep. So we don't need all these daggers anymore. We have a whole sword. Why do we need the dagger? So, okay. So, having dealt with the vagabond, let's just return over here. Okay, so I'm gonna save. Defeated the vagabond. Okay, so we still have 2 books.
Juan Luis Jorge, De Biblioteca, Reflections on the Power of the Verb in Certain Texts. Archaeos Publications, 1919, Stafford.
Emily, terrible at throwing. Did you see me take down the painting? That's a good point. That was one good throw that she did. Okay. So Juan Luis Jorge, he's gonna end up being yet again important in the 2024 game. Like the 2024 game takes a lot of things that was in that was just like a throwaway thing in this game and makes it more important, which is one of the reasons why I actually like the 2024 game. But yeah, Juan Luis Jorge in this game, he's just the writer of this specific book, The Reflections of the Power of the Verb.
Translation does not alter the occult power contained within such forbidden texts. The malevolent energy is in no way diminished. The spell must be cast aloud and clearly, in certain languages or little-known dialects. Maglafach Fatang.
Fatang is also like a usual thing for the cults of Cthulhu and all that.
The reader will understand that, in the light of these revelations, I would be foolhardy to continue quoting from the text I have before me. If spoken aloud in its entirety, it would surely awaken powerful and malignant forces.
So, yet again, there's multiple warnings to not read all the books because one of them could be the Necronomicon and all that, so yeah.
I will go further and say that simple reading of some of the more technical passages describing specific practices is in itself a perilous exercise. The ill-prepared reader can easily fall prey to attacks of demented hysteria, not unlike those described in cases of individuals said to be possessed by evil spirits.
Ooh.
I recommend the study made by Zempf, Urbain, Grandier, and Loudon, and the reports made by the Reverend Richard Price concerning a number of astonishing, to say the least, exorcisms carried out in a parish near Providence. Given what I have written, we must be grateful to the librarians of the British Museum, who have never allowed consultation of the work of Al-Azib's startling work, the infamous Necronomicon. Copies of that work do exist, in spite of the zeal of book-burning inquisitors. For proof, we need look no further than the British Museum, of course, and the sealed archives of the Miskatonic University in Arkham.
The Miskatonic, yeah, well, it literally says Arkham, but yeah, Miskatonic University, that's also an H.P. Lovecraft thing.
Other examples of books whose evil can be unleashed by any thoughtless reader are von Jutz's von Unersprechlichen Kulten and the abominable De Vermis Mysteries by Ludwig Prien, whose sordid death should be a lesson to all those tempted by a study of the occult.
Okay, so De Vermis Mysteries, that's also another book that's also dangerous, is what he's saying. So, with that in mind, you might be wondering why I'm saving. So, what is this book?
Ludwig Prien,
Well,
De Vermis Mysteriis,
that's a bit of a problem, isn't it?
Domine invocatoris si non sanctificatus es cave. De Vermis Mysteriis non absolvo folem legendum fatum et eum versus. Tibi magnum innominandum signa stellarum nigrarum et.
I'm sure only good things happen after reading this. So, okay, okay, but nice snap, yes. Okay, so now we're back here. Okay, so what's the point of this pentagram thing here? Well, as Jeremy's notebook said, as long as a certain symbol was on the ground, the Dark Man could not reach them and all that. Who would have thought reading books would be so dangerous? Exactly, right? But yeah, so Jeremy's notebook talked about a symbol that makes it so that the Dark Man can't reach him. So if we read the book now while standing in this pentagram,
Ludwig Prien, nomine invocatoris.
we're safe. So that's also the case if we took the fragment of the book of Alazif and all that. So yeah, that's also a little thing that allows you to read this without actually dying. But yeah, we're not gonna need this. That's actually kind of a throw. Okay, you know what? If I happen to align it just a little bit. Reflection of the Power of the Verb. You know what? I kind of like this book. I would just keep this. The Sacrificial Dagger. Oh, no. I guess you're not able to throw parchments. That's interesting. So, okay, I'll just put it down then, just gently. Signs and Rituals. We'll just put that down here. Okay. Reflection of the Power of the Verb. The Talisman. We need the Talisman. Creatures of the Night. Sure, we'll keep that one. The key. Okay, so we still got a key from from Jeremy's room, so that's something to try out. Oh, we don't need this block. I did not expect the block to be this big. Oh, I want the pentagram rug in our reading nook. That would be amazing. I think some Christians would be a little bit unsettled by it though, but okay, we need key. We don't necessarily need the arrows, but okay. So, I guess we might as well just, yeah, revolver's loaded, so that helps a bit. The revolver has 12 ammo. That's pretty good. Yeah, the key to the cellar. I guess we don't need the key to the cellar anymore because we already opened it. Let's see. No, I think it's fine like this. Okay, so. Okay, so yeah, now we're on the other side, we can actually close this, or open this door. So yeah, turns out it was the vagabond that closed this door and ended up laughing, so who knows. Either that or a certain someone else that we'll be meeting soon. Okay, let's see. Yeah, we still don't want to exit out of the mansion. We still have not. Okay, we do have this key, which should open this door. There we go. The coffin? Yeah, I mean, well, no, it's not a coffin. It's a. Nope. Okay, I should fix that. An office. Okay, so yeah, it's like an office thing. But okay, let's see. What's in here? Oh, a record and a book. Oh wait, no, I accidentally left the book. I actually want that book. Mind taking? There we go. Okay, let's see what this book. As far as I know, we have already gone through the 2 books that actually hurt you, so it should be fine to just read any books now. Famous last words.
The Tale of Captain J.W. Norton of the Army of the Union.
1862. The South was in collapse. Louisiana was open to us. I had each day to requisition victuals for our troops, and was aided in this endeavor by a score of brave men. Rebels were not yet ready to lay down their arms. The region was far from safe. I headed further and further west and questioned many freed slaves. From them, I learned of a plantation on the coast. Its name was Derceto.
So yeah, now we know that this relates to the old building of Derceto that we are in right now.
We received a less than hearty welcome. Only Pickford, the owner, behaved in a friendly manner. While my men counted cattle and grain reserves, I learned what I could from him. Man was most unusual and possessed an extraordinarily cultured mind. At nightfall, I gave orders for the men to bivouac at Derceto. Pickford invited my second-in-command, Lieutenant Patterson, and myself to dine.
This Pickford that he's talking about, he's going to be important later.
And our host proved a most entertaining conversationalist. While coffee was being served, Patterson went to inspect the men's camp. The cigar Pickford offered me was so acrid that my head began to spin.
So I guess this is a, in hindsight, thing of what the cigar was that emitted the smoke that hurt us in the previous room.
I remembered campfire tales of fellow officers trapped by devilish Confederate tricks. My mind floated in a foul and dense fog, from which emerged the enlarged and deformed face of Pickford. He grinned at me.
Ooh.
Patterson's return chased off the nightmare. I heard shouts and firing from outside and found the strength to take out my revolver. I fired 3 shots. Pickford fell to the floor. Patterson then helped me out of the burning house. The air was filled with smoke. We resembled a company in disorderly retreat. I saw slaves leaping into the flames of that inferno. They were trying to save Pickford's life.
So yeah, so this, the shadow was actually burned down along with Pickford inside, but clearly it's standing again. So that's a little thing that's, well, not so much explained so much as just a little spooky thing of, ooh, it was supposed to be burned down. What's going on here? But yeah, so Pickford, he's gonna be important. So, and we also got a record. Let's just play this. Dance of Death. This is, in fact, what we need. So, yeah. Okay. What else can we do here? Well, yeah, so remember the old cavalry saber that we start off with, which was broken. See, this is the reason why we actually had to keep the blade as well. So, oh, no, I guess we have to use the broken blade first, saber blade. Drop put. Oh, you put the in the coat of arms. Yeah, okay, so now I want to put the broken saber there too. Yeah. So yeah, this allows us to go down into the caves that we were unable to bypass the Chthonian in the caves, in the basement. However, we do need one more thing before we enter, because otherwise we are going to be stuck at a certain spot while in the caves, which is going to be a problem. So, a trap door? I guess it's kind of a trap door. But okay, so let's grab the sword, because what's over here? Oh, a pirate. So yeah, let me just try to defeat him first. Come on. You might be wondering why I'm not using a gun. That's because he does a flip which allows him to block gunfire. This is an interesting sword fight, yes. Oh, sheesh. Come on. There we go. So, who's this pirate? This is a manifestation of Elijah Pickford's spirit. So, this is our first encounter against Pickford. He leaves behind a key. Is that all that was here? Let me check just in case. Oh, there's a book. There we go. So, let's see what this book has to say.
Daemonia Particularis, Signs and Rituals, by Heinrich Cassel, Ring Publications.
Ooh, Ring Publications. Okay, so this... Oh, okay, hold on. Yeah, the Ring should have already been written at this point, but no, I don't think it's a reference to the Ring, but I would love if it was, because I'm a big fan of the Ring, but yeah, Ring Publications, ooh.
A ritual of invocation demands that the officiant be pure. We have already described the complex operations to be followed in order to call those that sleep in superior dimensions. We shall, for the present, limit ourselves to the sign of mutual recognition used amongst their number by adepts of the cult of the Old Ones. The sign also serves as protection when in the presence of a servant of evil.
Ooh.
The sign resembles a blessing, save that the first and little fingers are both folded beneath the thumb, whilst the second and third fingers are held up. It would appear that this sign has no effect on adepts of a certain rank with knowledge of particular secrets contained in the corpus demonicus. The use of such signs is not without considerable risk to the user during any attempt to call upon those from without.
So the sign that he's talking about here, that of course in the 2024 game they do reference it, and they in that game they show it like this, like there we go, like this. So like the thumb on the third finger, the ring finger, I guess, like it's kind of like this, like ooh, this is some ominous stuff right here. Yeah, I think this book was just for world building. I don't think there's a specific hint towards it, which honestly is a little bit of a shame, because because this would have been the right place in order to at least hint at you having to use the Dance of Death for the next room. Oh, it's locked? Yeah, but we just got a key from Pickford. Okay, so we're back over here. Dance of Death. Okay, so they look like dancers. Let's yeah, Dance of Death. Oh, look, they start dancing. So now we kind of have to navigate. That's okay. I think I can. Ooh, that's yeah, we have to. There we go. Find a key. There we go. Yeah, this is the key that we needed. Let's just try to. Yeah, the moment you exit the room, that's when they start disappearing. Oh, yeah, I think they disappeared now. There we go. Yeah. So that's why the record was made. Was needed. But yeah, now we also dropped the gramophone, which was a lot of weight, so that solves that problem too. Is there an X on the window door? X on the window door. Like, what are you specifically talking about? Not the ballroom. Oh. Oh, there. Huh. That's interesting. She doesn't say anything about it. Yeah, that's it. I guess it's just a little crack because the pirate attacked. Because Pickford attacked it. I guess. Interesting. But yeah, that room over there would, that room that I'm looking at right now, that would have led to the spider's room where we found the arrows. But now we can just unlock this door. Oh, it's locked. Does this key open it? Oh, wait, no. Oh, I guess it's supposed to be... Now I'm unsure whether I'm supposed to be able to unlock that, but you can just exit through this one either way, so it's not a problem anyway. But yeah, now we have everything that we need in order to go underground. So, going down. Alright, so why did I wait until I entered the actual caves? That's because, yeah, you can't return from there anymore. You can return through the hole in the basement, but yeah, that would be like additional backtracking that we don't really need right now. So yeah, this is the cave that Jeremy's diary was talking about. That was underneath the mansion, as he said. Oh, and there's a Chthonian. Okay, let's see. We do have a sword. We still have a sword. Oh, sheesh. Come on. Oh. Oh, I don't want to get too close to Chthonian. Ooh boy. This is not going so well. Oh, there we go. Sheesh. But yeah, this is called a zombie chicken. I don't see a chicken in it, if I'm gonna be very honest. It looks more like a mole, if anything. Like, I don't know, that's just my little thing about it. Okay. Yeah, that's the official name, Zombie Chicken. Which has nothing to do with H.P. Lovecraft, by the way, so I'm completely confused why it's called a zombie chicken. Okay, so, okay, first what happens if we go this way? No, what happened? Whoa, what was going on there? That's interesting. Yeah, okay, if we go, okay, so we circle back around, if we go this way. Let's see. Yeah, I think this just kind of circles around, like this. Yeah, and now we're back. Okay, so let's just continue where we were. Oh no, wait. Yeah, might as well point out. If we go over here. Damn, look at these poetry. Exactly, these are some amazing graphics, isn't it? Again, this game is from 1992, like the same year as Mario World, or what was it, Final Fantasy V. So it's like it's actually pretty impressive what they were able to do in this time period. But yeah, if we go this way, this is the hole that leads back to the basement. So if we just... Oh yeah, you also have the hornet icon. That's pretty cool. But yeah, so this leads back to the basement, allowing us to return to the mansion if we need to do so. Oh. Yeah, that's a problem. Okay, I'm just gonna load the save. Oh. I really should have saved before fighting the zombie chicken, but whatever. Okay, well, it's not that much of a problem. We'll just grab the sword. Wait, why grab the sword? We have a gun. We, like, the revolver even got beautifully advertised in the newspaper we read. We should actually use it. Alright. Let's deal with the zombie chicken. Well, that solves it pretty quickly compared to the sword. So there you go. So if you need an advertisement for the revolver, here it is. Totally didn't choose the icon on purpose. Okay, let's see. Okay, so instead of going around and ending up cornered by the Chthonian, we'll just go. That's a layering issue right there. It's supposed to be just behind the wall there, but okay. Okay, so remember the book that talked about the pit? Well, this is the pit, and there's the deep one. Okay, so this is time for something that's pretty controversial in this game for a lot of players. Suddenly there's platforming. Yes, you heard it right, platforming in this game. So now you have fight, open, close, push, and jump. So yeah, woo, you can jump. Amazing, right? Okay, you know what? I am going to save right here. The pit. Okay, so. Oh, yeah. We should try to get rid of this guy too. This is also a monster from H.P. Lovecraft. I can't remember what monster from Lovecraft is supposed to be specifically. Like, I think it's a. Come on. There we go. I think it's a spider-like creature. There we go. Okay. The vertical jumping, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to first get rid of that Haunter of the Dark, this one. Oh sheesh, this is a very difficult thing to hit. Oh. There we go. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna do the difficult thing first, and then I'll show an easier way to go through this. But yeah, let's do some platforming in this game. You kind of have to align yourself a little bit, and then let's see. Ooh, well, that was close. Okay. Yeah, okay. Oh, the card. Okay, it says the cartridges are wet. What did they mean with that? Well, the rifle uses paper cartridges. That's actually something that they used back at the time with rifles. So now the rifle no longer has any ammo. That's what they were talking about. That said, even if the rifles used paper cartridges back in the day, they were still waterproof actually. So this is actually not that accurate. I think you should be able to still use paper cartridges in a rifle even if it's wet. But whatever. Rest in peace, rifle. Yes. Okay. Okay. So I might as well. Okay. Let's actually try to finish this jumping, because I'm going to skip over the jumping altogether with a certain shortcut. But I want to at least have succeeded at this jumping thing. Yeah, might as well just save here. I want to have succeeded at least once at this before I actually show the shortcut, because you guys have to experience the difficulty of the jumps in this game. Okay, so gotten through that thing. Okay, and if we go this way... Oh yeah, this spider is invincible, so let's just not deal with that. Okay, and then we end up in this, well, maze ish. Well, it's not so much a maze, so much as just trying to figure out a way to navigate through all these bridges, I guess. Okay. Oh, leggy friend. There we go. Oh. And vertical jump. There we go. Okay. So we've gotten through all of that. Now I'm going to show how you can do it a lot easier. So first of all, can I just? Okay, I'll just jump back a bit because. Let's see. That was close. Okay. And I'll just save here. A bit. Alright. So. Actually, I could have shown the shortcut right there by just falling down, but I do want to show the complete shortcut. And the complete shortcut is, in fact, to just move this way. Oh no, the cartridges are wet. Okay, so if you go down here... Oh, there's a secret little passage here. Just go through the water. So yeah, we're at the bottom here of that watery place. Go through here, and look at that. We're right over here. Like, there's a problem with the deep one. But yeah, from here we can just climb up this thing. There we go. There. So yeah. So if you have trouble with platforming, funnily enough, you can actually skip the platforming in this game. Alright. So, we got the key from the what was it? From the ballroom. So, that's for this chest over here. You find a gem. So yeah, the gem is going to be important for in order to actually get out of here. And a book. So, what is this book?
Memoirs of a Lost Soul.
I wonder who this lost soul could be. If you have trouble with platforming, yeah.
The mask must fall.
All right.
You who discover this manuscript understand this. I am here at your side. I am waiting in the darkness of my crypt. Soon you will belong to me. One of my slaves wrote this document.
Okay.
I have lived for 3 centuries, and my name is Ezekiel Prext, or Elijah Pickford. You may choose which to call me.
Ezekiel Pickford or Elijah Prext. Well, anyway, Prext is well, he's the main villain of this game, and there will be references to Prext in the next game and in the third game, and also in the 2024 game, because of course. But yeah, so Elijah Pickford, he's actually Ezekiel Prext, who is a pirate, and that's the pirate that we fought earlier. Well, just one manifestation of him, at least.
I do not hide out of fear. My power is immense. I have sailed the 7 seas. My ship, the Astarte, spread terror through all the continents. The corsairs judged me like the Welsh judges of 1620, but they could not destroy me, and neither could the pirates. Now, I am immobilized. Damned Yankees!
Okay, so the Yankees he was talking about here, that's J.W. Norton, that we read his memoirs of, that met Pickford or now we know his full real name, Elijah Prext, or no, Elijah Pickford, Ezekiel Prext. There we go.
Witchcraft, voodoo, and the Cthulhu cult. I know them all. I have reigned and implored the stones. Only the Chthonian haunts the cavern and resists me, but he dare not attack. I have need of a living body to regenerate myself. The Heartwoods managed to escape from me, but you who are reading these words, you will yield to my embrace.
Pickford must be a Mets fan. Baseball joke. Okay, I do not follow baseball. I have no idea. I don't know. Maybe you should explain that to me. But yeah, the Chthonian. That's the worm thing that was attacking us earlier. Yeah, it haunts the caverns and resists Pickford or Prext. So yeah, the Heartwoods managed to escape from me, but you who are reading these words, you will yield to my embrace. So that's the thing. The reason Jeremy and also his father, Howard, killed themselves was in fact so Prex would not be able to take their bodies. But now Prex knows, oh, there's your body now. I'm going to take your body now instead. So that's kind of what's going on here. So now he wants, I guess, Emily's body. Which would be interesting if he succeeds, honestly, but...
I hear your ragged breath. And smell the stench of your fear. I have vanquished death. I built Deseto. I know what it is to wait. Cthulhu helps me. My servants will lay you upon the sacrificial stone. My roar will rend the night. You will be mine, and I shall reign once more.
Wow.
Come to me.
Alright then. So, I'm gonna save. Oh yeah, so this is the reason why one of my other save games is Prex is flirting with me. It's because, dear lord. Dear Lord Prex. Alright, so, what are we supposed to be doing here? Well, remember the wardrobe thing? Hey, what do you know? Okay. So, let's see if we search this. There's a mechanism to trigger. Yeah, so we're gonna have to figure out a way to open this mechanism. I'm just gonna call this Alone in the Dark. Now, why should this be called Alone in the Dark right now? The room is in the dark. Wow, I just realized I completely forgot to grab the lamp from the library. Well, I guess it's time for me to backtrack then. Or I happen to have this older save file. Oh, but no, then we'll be playing as Edward. Okay, fine, I'll just start backtracking then. Well, it's part of the experience at this point, so sure. Wait, but if I do that... Oh, okay. This is gonna be a problem. Okay, let's see. I really should have saved more often. Like, in multiple slots. Okay, what am I gonna do? Okay, you know what? There is barely any difference between Edward and Emily at this point, I think I'm just going to use the previous save file with Edward, so we're just going to continue with Edward. So, yeah, because otherwise it's going to be more of a problem and all that, so... Besides, technically, Edward is the canonical character that goes through all this. So... So yeah, what's Edward doing here? Well, Edward, Emily tags that with Edward. Yes, indeed. So, what is Edward doing here? Well, Edward is hired by Gloria Allen, who's like a antiques dealer, to get the piano that was in the loft of Jeremy. So that's what he got paid $150 for, just getting that piano for Gloria Allen before everybody else takes everything from the mansion. So compared to Emily, who has more of a personal reason to solve Jeremy's suicide, Edward, by comparison, is more like a like an unfortunate person that just happens to get this assignment and suddenly gets all this dropped on him. So I mean, both are unlucky in a sense, but Edward, he really is unlucky compared to Emily, because Emily at least had like a proper goal to do all this. But yeah, okay, so let's see. Edward, if you would please run, thank you. Okay, so the room is in the dark. Where's the... I did. Oh, there we go, the oil lamp. There we go. So we got the oil lamp. So yeah, turns out this is a big room, like a big maze, and now we have to figure it out before the oil lamp runs out. Fortunately, I happen to know the path already, so I'm just gonna follow the proper path. But yeah, this is one of the places that people can end up stuck at. I mean, I kinda end up stuck at with Emily's save file right there. But yeah, if your oil lamp runs out, that's why we also had an additional oil canister that we could find in the mansion. Oh, no, not this way. There's something of a rhythm to the footsteps. Okay, so yeah, here's the exit, and this is why we need the gem that was in the chest with Breck's safe. Well, safe, the chest, I guess. And now, here's the tree that the chief, sorry, I forgot your name just a bit. Was it the G's? The G's, yeah. The G's said that the tree was a spoiler. That's because Brecht is in fact fused within this tree underneath the manor, and that's what we have. That's the final boss, pretty much. So, what are we supposed to be doing against this final boss? Well, okay, might as well just... Oh, there's literally a save for final battle, so we can just return there if we need to. So, if we go into the water... Yeah, the cartridges are wet, and the oil lamp itself is also has also run out. Well, run out. It's doused, I guess. But yeah, there's a deep one, and Pickford is... Oh, weak. Oh, do I have it? Oh, yeah. So there's a hook here. So we take the hook. Oh, sheesh. Okay. And that's why I have this save file for the final battle. Yeah, you're supposed to kind of snake around to dodge both the deep one as well as the fireballs. Okay, got the hook. Okay, so first off, we have to light the the oil lamp again. Wet matchbook. But we have a lighter though. Lighter. A lighter. Use. Okay, lamp is already hit. Okay. What we also need to do is we have the talisman. We have to put the talisman. Yeah. Oh, sheesh. I think I died there. Yeah, I died. Oh boy. Yeah, you're supposed to put the talisman there in order to make him immovable. Well, there you go. Well, I guess we end up right where we started with the other. Oh no, not Alone in the Dark. Final battle. Let's try this again. So I guess I'll just have the. I'll just put the talisman on the altar first, before everything else. Cartridges are wet. Okay, grab the hook. And the talisman. Yeah. Yeah, feel weak, but I should be able to survive that. Okay, so now that he's incapacitated, use the lighter to light up the thing, and now we can throw the oil lamp. Oh shit, and then I still died there. Oh, well, there's still a cutscene. Does that cancel it out? No, it doesn't. I guess we all die. I mean, that's also kind of an ending. Honestly, this is actually more of a appropriate ending for H.P. Lovecraft, actually, funnily enough. But no, let's actually try to survive this. Okay, so I think if I just move correctly, the fireball should hit the deep one. Although, yeah, the deep one is now spawned in a different place, which should help out a bit. Yeah, you hear the sound of the deep one dying there. Okay, let's see. Oil lamp, dagger, talisman. And I even dodged that fireball. Okay, good. Okay, so use the lighter to light up the oil lamp, and now we throw the oil lamp. There we go. Get out of here. Okay, so... Ooh. Come on, Edward. You can do it. There we go. So, now we're on the other side of this thing. Search. Edward's not in a rush. There's a mechanism to trigger. This is in fact the other side of that door before the labyrinth. So, this is what the hook is for. So I guess this is like Brecht's hook that allows him to control this thing. But yeah, now we can just... No, not this way. Because now for some reason the labyrinth is just completely lit up. I have no idea why, but... Yeah, now that it is lit up, this door over here allows us to... We are opening it with the hook again. So that's what's going on. And we're back over here at the start of the caves. And... Oh, no, not this way. And I guess, for some reason, this also scared off the Chthonian, so now the Chthonian is also gone. As well as the deep one, I guess. Oh. Yeah, well, it's not much of a problem. The cartridges are wet. Yes, that's definitely a problem now. Alright, yeah, so we return over here. So we can't go back through the office, but as I've shown before, we can return through the basement instead. Oh, yeah. Okay, so yeah, you literally saw the barrels just moving out of the way. This is because in Edward's file, I did not actually remove the block. But yeah, for some reason, if you are here at the end and you did not remove the block, just out of nowhere, the barrels just decide to move aside, which means someone out there decided to remove the block. So that's interesting. And I guess here in this save file you notice all the eagle rats to the rescue. Yes, it turns out the eagle rats were the ones who saved you after all. Who would have thought? But yeah, now the evil has been defeated, that means that the whole green hole, black hole thing is no longer there, and we can just finally escape. But like all horror movies, they have to have a cheesy little cliffhanger at the end. Oh no! Is Edward Carnby going to be alright after this? Well, apparently this is not a problem because the next game just has him not mention this at all. So yeah, I would jump like that too. Indeed. I mean, after going through all that, honestly, it's yeah. Okay. But yeah, that's the first Alone in the Dark. So yeah, has it aged? Definitely. Like if you compare this to Resident Evil, Resident Evil improved a lot on this, but you can kind of tell this laid the blueprints necessary for Resident Evil to become the game franchise that it is right now. So, like, I guess I'm not really saying like, oh, Alone in the Dark is definitely a better game. No, what I'm saying is Alone in the Dark is the kind of game that should not be forgotten by history. This is the game that was needed for the survival horror genre to evolve through Resident Evil, through Silent Hill, etc. And that's why I thought, you know what, let's actually show this and, you know, show my expertise. Well, I say expertise, as the G's has pointed out. There was still some things that even I didn't know. So, yeah, it's a kind of game that keeps on giving, in a sense. But yeah, that's the game then. I'll just return to just chatting. So yeah, I might as well just ask, what do you guys think of this game? Because even though it has aged, I still very much love it. Like, there's a reason why I was excited for the 2024. Yeah, you liked it, good. I'm happy you did, Starlight. Yeah, it really is like part of history of the survival horror genre, and I think they really should not ignore it, like the producers of Capcom are doing, that they are saying, oh, Resident Evil was inspired by Sweet Home instead. Like, Sweet Home is an RPG. It's an RPG that moves up and down, left, right, like Final Fantasy. So yeah, despite the age, it looks fun. Yeah, it's fun. Starlight, I only played the 2024 game, but it's fun to see the origin of that game. Yes, indeed. There's definitely a lot of links between them, and like the 2024 game, it's both a reboot but also kind of like a weird stealth sequel. Like, I wouldn't say it's so much as the Star Trek reboot, but it's, well, the best comparison I would be able to make is the Thief reboot, but that would also need some explanations and all that. But yeah, so the thing is that 2024 Alone in the Dark is a canonical reboot, as in it's weirdly canonical that it has rebooted itself. What do you think of the puzzles in this game versus the Resident Evil puzzles? Okay, so I think the Resident Evil puzzles definitely are much more understandable puzzles compared to the Alone in the Dark games. I think the Alone in the Dark games, they're a little bit more open to interpretation, which I can understand makes it so that people get stuck more often. But I think that's why I like it, honestly. So I can't play horror-ish games, but I love watching. Well, I hope you enjoyed me playing this then. So yeah, I mean, granted, as a horror game, as you can see, it has aged very much. So it's not like the most scary thing out there anymore. Like, especially if you would compare it to Resident Evil. But yeah, again, I still love it. I just love the H.P. Lovecraft stuff going on. I mean, I'm just a fan of H.P. Lovecraft. Like, I'm not a fan of H.P. Lovecraft the person. I mean, but that's a whole different issue. But I do love his stories, and yeah, and that's why I also love Alone in the Dark, the game franchise. So yeah, I think with all that in mind, yeah, that's my playthrough of Alone in the Dark 1992. Show H.P. Lovecraft. Oh, okay, might as well. Let's see, where is it? Oh, there. Okay. Okay, I'll have to take off my earphones just a bit more to grab it. Okay. No, it's fine. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, here is the complete fiction. Yeah, H.P. Lovecraft, the complete fiction. As you can see, I'm quite a fan of the books, and you've also seen like the Cthulhu statue right here. Let's see, what else do we have? The Necro Nom Nom Nom. It's a cookbook based on H.P. Lovecraft stuff, so that's also a fun thing that we have. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, show a recipe. Okay. Oh, you still have questions, Starlight? Okay. Let's see, some sides. Martini, shaken, not Huster. I like this one. Let's see if I can properly show it. Yeah, shaken, not Huster. Huster is another monster from H.P. Lovecraft, like the King in Yellow and all that. We also have some tarot cards of H.P. Lovecraft. So let's see. Oh, the King of Cups over here. Oh yeah, this is all from this box over here with the tarot cards. Let's see, a bunch of cups that are shaped like skulls. Here's the Emperor. Let's see if I can find Cthulhu himself. Let's see, the Hermit, the Wheel of Fortune, the Hanged Man, the Magus. Let's see, the Death, Temperance, the Devil. I think this the Devil here is supposed to be Nyarlathotep. Let's see, the Tower, the Star, the Moon, the Sun. Oh, there we go. Here's Judgment. Here's Cthulhu. Cthulhu is Judgment. Oh, well, this is a fun one. We have a board game called Unfathomable. It's a cooperative game where you play as a bunch of people on a ship, which is attacked by by deep ones. But some of the players are in fact deep ones themselves. So that's a bit of a problem.
Heavy.
Oh, it's heavy. Oh, yeah. You got a lot of cool stuff. Okay, so here's Eldritch Horror. This is also a cooperative game. You have to work together in order to, well, not so much defeat, so much as try to face the monsters of H.P. Lovecraft. This one is very complicated, but it is a lot of fun. At the start, you get to choose which monster you actually get to face. Like, do you want to face do you want to face Cthulhu? Do you want to face Nyarlathotep? Do you want to face Hastur, etc.? And then you'll play a whole campaign trying to defeat them. So it's kind of like a role-playing game kind of thing, but there's but it's its own rules instead of like Dungeons and Dragons or something. So but that's unfathomable. Father Dagon is just in there. Yeah. So, what else is there to show? Clearly, as you can see, there's a lot of... Oh, there we go. So, this is Mother Hydra from the Unfathomable board game. And here is Father Dagon. So these two are like the parents of the Deep Ones and all that. So, yeah. Okay, so since I'm still here, might as well just say, are there any other questions either related to H.P. Lovecraft or based on Alone in the Dark? What do you think of the story of this game versus Resident Evil? Okay, here's the thing. Unlike Alone in the Dark, Resident Evil was... specifically Resident Evil 1. Okay. Okay, if we specifically remove everything from all the other Resident Evils, then I would say that Alone in the Dark definitely has the better story. Because Alone in the Dark has a full mythology around it, and sure, Resident Evil 1 has that too, but it's more so a problem of, how did this zombie infestation started in the first place? Whereas this game, it tells a whole narrative of Elijah Pickford, of Ezekiel Prex ending up with the name Elijah Pickford. You had the whole Hartwood family, which either as Emily you are directly involved with, or as Edward Carnby you get to discover all this. I just like the story of it more compared to Resident Evil 1, which is more like weirdly enough, more like an action flick, where it's like, oh no, we're chased by zombie dogs and now we're stuck in this mansion. What are we going to do now? We have to figure out a way to get out of here. And then you just find more stuff like, turns out that there was like evil experiments going on that created like this ultimate life form called the Tyrant and all that. I just think that Alone in the Dark has a better story. At least Alone in the Dark versus Resident Evil 1. The thing is that every next Resident Evil just adds more and more to it, whereas Alone in the Dark kinda has trouble actually figuring itself out. Like, Alone in the Dark 1 very clearly had a vision and all that. Alone in the Dark 2, it tried to go more the pirates route, which was there in this game, but it's, I don't know, Alone in the Dark 2 just didn't do so well in terms of story by comparison. And then Alone in the Dark 3 did more the Western thing, which is also kind of, that relates to the Native American stuff that you also see in this game. So it's not like these things came out of nowhere, but the point is, Alone in the Dark, by comparison, had trouble actually finding itself, whereas a Resident Evil pretty quickly knew what it was, and so actually played into it, which is probably why Resident Evil ends up thriving, whereas Alone in the Dark kept struggling a bit. So that's kind of the thing between Alone in the Dark and Resident Evil. But if we're actually going to talk about the first games, then I would say Alone in the Dark 1 is the better story than Resident Evil 1. But that's my opinion. And to be fair, I am very invested in the story of Alone in the Dark in the first place. Again, which is why I was so excited when the 2024 game came out. What is your favorite part of this game? Okay, I think the discovery of all the things that was said in Jeremy's diary. That's pretty much my favorite part of it. Like how every little thing that's found in his diary ends up being something that you find yourself. Like, sure, you don't find the dunes because that's something that the 2024 game ends up showing. You see a painting of it, but not the actual dunes themselves. But still, like the cave in the basement, you see the pentagram on the ground that allows you to not be touched by the Dark Man, etc. The Dark Man being Brext, by the way. But yeah, so just all those things, just how everything connected, that's my favorite part of this game. And if I have to pick a specific scene, I guess I do like either the letter of Brext himself, because first of all, because of his very hammy acting, but also I just really love the letter of Jeremy, honestly, because Jeremy's actor is just amazing, honestly. What's your favorite enemy? Okay, if we're gonna talk about a physical enemy, that would be the Vagabond, if only because it took some puzzling in order to actually figure out which dagger you're supposed to use and all that. I just like how it's not just pure brawn that kills it. But if we're gonna count the evil paintings as enemy, I would say the evil painting, if only because you were able to defeat them by just throwing an arrow, which I think is just hilarious. Like it should not work, but somehow it worked, and I just kind of like that, honestly. But yeah, I guess the Vagabond specifically. I guess the more, I wouldn't say popular enemy so much as just the enemy that's more prominent would be the zombie chicken, because it's the first one that you face. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't really like it because I just don't think it looks like a zombie chicken. It really bothers me, honestly. But yeah, but to be fair, that first encounter, that invisible timer that you didn't know was actually going on the moment you were in the loft, when suddenly the zombie chicken arrives through the window, that's still a very cool thing in my eyes. And I guess I just like how the game isn't really that much based on combat at all. Like, sure, there's like a few encounters where you have to beat the enemies, but most of them you can kind of skip if you just know the proper puzzles for it, and I just like that. And yeah, I don't think that's something that's properly replicated in any other games, including Resident Evil. Resident Evil still has you defeating the zombies with your limited ammo and all that. So yeah, I mean, by comparison, the ammo is a lot more limited in this game. But most of the time you don't need them, if you just know what to do. If you just have the little lateral thinking of, oh, there are a bunch of zombies here, like a lot of zombies. Do I have to fight all of them? Well, I have this pot of soup that has human remains in them. Why not just use that? What would be your recommendation if someone were to try this game? That's kind of the difficult thing, because I like the game. Personally, I do think that the best thing to deal with this franchise right now is in fact to play the 2024 game, because it's the most modernized version of this game that has the least amount of faults by comparison. And then if you like what you play, or at least like the lore and all that, I think then you can try to play this game. But just be fully aware that it's very antiquated and that you have to learn to play with the limitations of how to move with the tank controls, how the controls is all based on pressing enter to pick the action and then pressing space in order to do the action and all that. Like, it's very antiquated. But again, this was made in 1992. It's the fact that it's antiquated. It's a logical thing that's antiquated, actually. But still, yeah, that's my recommendation. If you were to maybe show the newspaper again for the ones who joined later, just a quick look through. Yeah, sure. Let's see if I still have it here. Okay. Yeah, Tragedy in Louisiana. So yeah, the Mystery Examiner, Tragedy in Louisiana. As I said, this newspaper was part of the package that you get if you bought the box, the game box with the floppy disks. But in Good Old Games, GOG, you can actually get the PDF of it. But yeah, the fun thing about this is that just imagine if you were to if you got the game box, you would be able to get into the world before the game actually starts. So there's When Tragedy Strikes by William J. Herbert, who talks about Jeremy Hartwood, the death of Jeremy Hartwood, and all that. Then there's a lot of people who talk about Jeremy Hartwood, who, and yet again, is the ones, whose death starts this whole story and all that. You also get some fun ads like There Was Light, which is the very type of oil lamp that you're going to be using. Some stuff about H.P. Lovecraft, because H.P. Lovecraft is a very important figure for the stories and all that. Talk about mental disorders, and some inside jokes like, oh, a happy event. Oh, Benjamin, a baby has been born on August 20th, probably one of the production babies and all that. And there's also an ad for a gun, which we ended up using, of course. Which, by the way, comes from Big Iron Steel, like the very subtle name there. Yeah, but yeah, that's just a quick overview of the PDF of the newspaper. Let's see. Yeah, but that's just a little, I don't know, a quick little look through the newspaper. Okay, so Alone in the Dark 1, 2, and 3, each of them have Mystery Examiner newspapers, and I got the whole collection on GOG, so I have all of their PDFs. So if I move on to the next Alone in the Dark game, which will be 2, of course. Well, no. There's one game that came out in between, which is more like a teaser for 2. I think I will end up playing that in the same stream as Alone in the Dark 2 when I do that, because it's a very short game by comparison. So, but yeah, then I will also read through the newspaper of that one. So, look forward to that, I guess. Any other questions about this game, franchise, and all that? You know what, I might as well just try out, see if the poll function actually works. Let's see if, because I think I tested it out on the phone some time ago. Okay, so poll. View current poll results, new poll. Okay, turns out I feel like I can't do a poll yet. Maybe that's also a thing that I can only do when I'm an affiliate. Oh, I'm off to bed. See you next time. Alright, see ya. Thank you for joining. Vanilla Ninja. So, yeah, I think I'm unable to actually do a poll right now, because I only get like an icon thing here. So yeah, see ya. Thanks for joining. Yeah, but yeah, so I guess that's something for later if I reach the amount of followers needed for affiliate. But yeah, if anyone here likes what they see, just follow and yes, and say something in the chat like this. Anyway, I think I'm just gonna end it here. So thanks everyone for joining, and I'll see you next time. Yeah, have a good night all. See ya.